But hold on, I'm about to take him down. But all right, so before Saga, it was who?
It was Shotgun, and I beat him 2-1.
Yeah.
So what you have to say now? He beat me the first round. He clearly beat me the first round. He choked the second round, and the third round was talking to his soul. You know, it was 2-1. Before that, it was Big T, and I third him. So what are you talking about, Eazy? Top tier niggas on URL.
I go in there, right. And
you was trying to have some shit, and it didn't work for you just now.
I don't try to have debatable with niggas. I go in there. I go in there. I go.
What top tier did you 30?
Top
tier did you 30?
Cortez.
You didn't 30 him, Eazy. You didn't 30 T-Top.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You didn't keep it real. You didn't 30 T-Top, bro. You might have won the battle, bro. You didn't 30 him, bro. Come on, bro.
All right, let me ask you a question. Where would y'all, if this battle get locked in, where would y'all want to battle? Big crowd, no crowd?
Listen, it's not going to get locked
in. Eazy can't fuck with me with a crowd.
Franchise. Bro, y'all niggas just hold up. First of all, I'm tired of this.
Bro,
crowd.
Eazy.
Let me say
something.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this.
I'm not tired of it. I'm not tired of
crowd shit.
Let's talk about it.
Y'all niggas, because y'all niggas is talking with no facts, my nigga. Y'all niggas is talking with no facts. I'm gonna tell you something. This any nigga who can battle when we go hard can battle in 2,000 people. I promise you. That's one thing. I battled an NY track with 200-300 people there versus Dot. Y'all seen that?
Nigga,
I battled.
You battled when we go hard. You better battle when we go hard than you.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I was a main event on the board.
Gaddafi Green.
But this is the whole thing. This is the whole thing.
I got like 80K.
It don't matter. What are you talking about? The better battle though. Every time
it's not about a better battle.
We go hard, I won though. Every time I went to We Go Hard, I won.
Y'all both got one on We Go. God damn, y'all both got.
Every time
both got a couple.
You know what I'm saying? I went over there, so that's what I'm saying. If you could battle,
my performance on you We Go Hard with Gaddafi Green is better than any performance you had on We Go Hard. We could watch the battle.
I just watch niggas, so it don't look good. I just watch niggas. You go over there and have debatable. You go have debatable. I watch niggas, so my shit don't look good like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's just this. You gotta go and you gotta do another good battle because your last battle was shitty, bro. It was shitty. It was shitty.
Bro, let me say something to you.
Wait, you mean his last battle on URL or his last
in the tournament was shitty. He was shitty in the tournament. He was shitty in the tournament. That tournament round wasn't to beat no rounds I wrote last year. Period. Your tournament rounds.
Let me say something. Go ahead. Listen, let me say something. Since you thinking all this shit, you thinking Eazy that I need to come back. Whatever. You see my nigga happen more because of you or whatever. You know what I mean? Right. The person I'm about to battle is about to be bigger than any name you battle. Forget.
I don't believe that.
You know that.
Bigger than T-Top, pause. Bigger than T-Top?
We'll see though.
We'll see, nigga. You know. Nigga, you know. You don't have to see nothing. You know right now.
My nigga, go on the app right now.
I ain't gonna lie, cause franchise. Yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna lie, man. Both of y'all brothers don't really. I don't think both of y'all lose like that. So I think this would be a great match. I think both of y'all got a lot of steam. You know what I'm saying? I don't see what's wrong with this. I just want to know a stage and no stage. That's what I want to know.
Listen,
it don't matter. It don't matter. I really want to battle him with no crowd because he likes to talk.
Yeah. You would die in that, my nigga. That's unfair for you. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, that's unfair for you. Like, you mean you better pray. You better pray to Allah that it's a crowd, my man. You think what I'm saying? Because you won't come
that's why,
close.
That's why you should be afraid.
To around if it's nobody in the fucking room. Y'all niggas don't talk like me. That's why I live him.
Don't talk
because
like me.
Talk like
nigga,
that.
I was on URL talking like that before you, my nigga.
No, you wasn't.
Let's go. That's what niggas kept saying. That's what niggas kept saying. Stop talking about dropping the bandos. What I was really doing, my nigga. Now you start talking about the same shit, and it's you're the voice of the streets. How?
because I really.
Yo, hit that like, everybody. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
See, it's
because I'm from Canada, my nigga. That's all that it is. If I was from New York or any state, niggas would have been like, oh yeah, automatically what I'm doing is real. You know what I mean? You guys think because
so you saying that for okay, so a lot of the people online, they wrote us, they said they would like to see K-Shine, you answer that, Surf, Twerk. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people saying Math. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Math continues to come up, and his brand being what it is, Goodz.
They made it. I mean, you know why they saying that? I understand why they saying that now. Mm-hmm. That's because the back and forth.
Yeah, it was great back and forth.
The back and forth. That's all it is. It's not because they like Math is hot right now. Yeah, I should take him. You know what I'm saying? But that just won't happen. So
yeah,
it just, well, for what? What am I?
Even if it's like say it's like the craziest bag, you would like the bag is up there.
I just turned down Geechee for Summer Madness.
Oh damn. I didn't know that.
I was supposed to.
So what motivates you to battle? Like what motivates you to? I'm gonna take this nigga. Like what gets
the
good?
Doubt.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
The doubt for me. I'm really dope. Like in the sport to play the sport, not for the money.
That's fire.
Of course you gotta pay me to, cause I know what I'm gonna come up there with, and for being 12, 13 years of no, not a mishap, not a stumble. Let me say not a mishap, not a stumble or shorted material or anything. Yes, you gotta pay me a certain number, but if it's not something I want to do, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's fire.
For a while, you used to get tagged with this like disingenuous title, like you don't even actually care about the sport. It's just all about the bread. But from all the interviews, from all the interactions people have had with you, it's like you're detailed about it. You up to date with who the guys are and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah. No, but at one point in time, I really didn't. I'll be real. Okay.
When was that? Around what time?
Like a few years ago.
Not a few. It was a little while ago. It was around when they were saying the culture. When I first saying the culture, I was saying fuck the culture. You know why? It's because a lot of people don't know the behind the scenes shit all about dealing with these fans. These fan niggas is not loyal. Y'all, these niggas don't know that. These niggas ain't loyal.
Yeah, they'll turn on you.
These niggas will turn on you in 1 second. I said that against Geechee. You know what I'm saying? Wait until these fans turn on you. They not on your team no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's true. When URL start acting funny because you're not that new hot thing no. Because all that shit will turn. Once you not hot, it's gonna turn. So I was speaking more from that point of view, like fuck the coach. That's what the coach. These niggas don't give a fuck about you. They want to see when you down, you get beat up, and they gonna have a bunch of blogs and memes up about you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Quickly.
So, but then
that's the culture we in right now.
As I got older, you know what I'm saying, I don't feel like that no more. Like I appreciate it and I understand it. That this is our culture. Because then I start seeing rappers from the industry wanting to come in and how they hate on us, but
everybody want to battle.
So it's like, this is our culture.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I start understanding what it means. This is our culture. Now y'all want to come over here, or you know what? Fuck y'all. You don't gotta do a song with me. I'm popping here.
That's a fact.
I'm popping here. And when I step out of here, I sign autographs, do everything just like you do. I might not have the money you got, but I got the fame you got. I do everything you do.
Yeah, that's all you.
I fly out, go anywhere, same shit. Anywhere around the world. Anywhere a popping artist could go, any one of us top tier niggas could go there, and it's gonna be a bunch of people that know us there.
Damn, that's fire.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's dope. And that's dope because for a while, and you was here when it was, I'm gonna battle and I'm gonna get a deal and I'm gonna go to industry. Now it's such an industry onto itself that y'all don't even need that. And that feeling must be like, it must be different. With Cassidy coming around,
I was just about to say. I swear to God,
because Cassidy was
probably
talking
going
down.
for Cassidy, bro.
I don't do that.
Nah,
I think he was, bro.
Absolutely not.
He was going. I think you.
Yo, don't do that, Goodz. No,
I
was going for Cassidy.
Cassidy is fucking terrible. But I love Cassidy.
I know what Cassidy meant to this, right? And for a while, he had that mentality where he was kind of looking like battle rap is good, and I feel like he kind of kicked off that mentality. Like battlers ain't as good.
Why do you feel like it? Like, you know, like Jay Mills, Cassidy, like certain people have like a hard time transitioning into like this era. Like what, if you could give them advice, you know what I'm saying? Like what would you think what would they need to do to transition to this era?
Honestly, it's hard to just transition somewhere.
Yeah.
That's like me. I used to play ball when I was young.
Yeah.
That's like me trying to go back and play ball now. Like all right, for instance, me saying the ball thing, right?
Yeah.
I started back playing ball just for the cardio.
Yeah, it's great cardio too.
Great cardio. When I first ran them first couple of foals, not even the first, like I had, my coordination was off. I couldn't even dribble the ball because my coordination was off. As I played for like about 2 weeks, I played consistently. Everything was back. But it took me 2 weeks to even be able to. I bounced the ball. The shit was. I'm like, why the fuck I can't? I didn't have a little handle when I used to play. I can't. So now I'm like, but it was the coordination. Cause I didn't do it in so long. It just felt weird. You know what I'm saying? So coming back, you gotta. All they would have to do is stay in it. And do it. They got to do it consistently, and then they'll start getting the hang maybe back of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact. Look at I think Chubby Jack
Mills would have said, "Look, I'm instead of going right for K-Shine, who fucking hasn't lost in 2 years."
Yeah, I don't know why I wouldn't.
J Mills.
But that's another thing too, man. You know, and I ain't gonna send some shots at. I'm gonna send a little bit of shots.
Yeah, send some shots, man. Send some shots, man. Zoom in on this one.
Everybody, it ain't really no shots.
I'm joking.
I said this right. This ain't really no shot. But people forget him in clips. Like that battle was terrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah, that was.
You think K-Shine? I don't know who won. No, I ain't
K-Shine won it. K-Shine won.
I don't even remember that.
Clips had one round where he went crazy. He embarrassed some white guy in the front. It was ridiculous.
That was a terrible battle. That was a horrible battle, man. That was crazy. I forgot about that battle until you brought it up just now.
I mean to say that, like I said, I think if K-Shine don't get champion of the year this year, then it's just it's something against him. They hating
at this point.
Whoa, you chiller now. Chiller's on fire.
More than wait. You just hold on. No, y'all just said K-Shine ain't lose in 2 years. He should have got it. He should have got it 2 years in a row. He should have got it over Geechee.
But you know what it is about K-Shine? I'm being honest. When he wins, but it's not really like.
Yo, bro, but you also got to look at the competition level. I understand Chilla is cooking, but against who? Name his battles, bro.
Twerk,
Nitty,
B-Dot,
Geechee.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Jerry West, who had a great year. Real Sick, who's probably.
You can't do that. See, once you do that,
Real Sick. Come on now.
Real Sick,
salute the Real Sick.
I understand that, but once you, all right, so you do that, right? Okay. Your first 4, you started off great.
I did.
But then the last 2 is like, right? It drops off. None against Jerry West. I'm talking about status wise and stuff like that.
Fair.
Now when you go with K-Shine,
E-Heart, Clips,
it's all big moments.
Yeah, Pat Stay.
But look though, you compare them, Geechee, Rum Nitty, E-Heart.
Yeah,
Clips. No offense to Clips,
K-Shine, Rum Nitty. He battled all these people, but you ain't naming nobody that's under these tiers.
It's true. Chess.
He deserves that.
I feel like the year he should have got it was about the year when he was undefeated that whole year. He was 3-0 everybody. He went to Philly.
And Geechee, but if I just said he didn't lose a battle for 2 years, when do he get it then?
But do you? But, I just feel like. But if it's a yearly award, how could I? Even
he should have been got it.
Huh? Oh yeah. Go ahead. How could I even factor in?
He should have been got it.
He should have been got it.
How you give it to Geechee over him? Like they should have split a year.
It's like when Mark.
It's like you should have got a year. K-Shine should have got a year.
It's like when Marc Gasol won the Defensive Player of the Year. That year, LeBron went crazy, blocking everything. It's like sometimes they get away from you. I feel like Chilla this year had like just a crazy year.
I think Chilla should be a second runner up. Yeah, but I don't think he deserves the champion of the year.
Interesting.
Over K-Shine. Yo, that's just y'all. For that, man, what's the sense? If I was K-Shine, I'd be like, well, all right, then what's the sense of me fucking being this consistent then? For what?
That's true.
But y'all sit here and say he haven't lost a round. He been 3 years of work. He haven't lost a battle, and then turn around and say, but this person deserves champion of the year. Because K-Shine deserved champion of 2 years.
But look at,
I ain't letting you get this off, man. He got 50 racks. He went through Marv 1. He went through Disaster. The Marv 1 was debatable. He cleaned Disaster up. So you gotta cut him some slack.
Great resume. All I'm talking about is who is he stood in front of that was scary in front of him. That's all I'm saying. I had a scary ass Chilla in front of me. That was scary
Chilla was wild.
Chilla was going. He was trying to kill me. You know?
Wait. That you just brought up an excellent point. After Chilla Jones' first round, what was going through your head? Like when he spit his first round, how did you? Because you also, that was your testing moment. What was going through your head for that one after that?
You gotta not be a fan at the moment. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that maybe when Don was battling Rum, maybe he was in fan mode. And you can't do that when you battle these guys because if you're in fan mode, when they're going crazy, every time they say a line that's crazy or do something that you're a fan of, you're going to give them points in your head, and now you feel like you're losing or you got to fight back. Like, I was in battle mode. So after the first round, that's why I opened up. All that was in my mind was just be comfortable, bro. You're comfortable here. This is what you do. That's all that. So I opened up with a bunch of name flips. I'm getting real sick of this shit. Little joke, you know what I mean? Get the momentum back and then go into what I'm doing. Like, so yeah, that was in my head. I was like, this dude is wigging, but I wasn't putting weight into it until the battle was over. Then I was like, yo, this dude tried to kill me. So, you know what I mean? But like, what I'm saying with Saynt, look, all respect due to Saynt. Like, he won in the tournament. You know what I mean? He battled who did he battle first? RX, right?
Yep.
RX. He battled was it Tom? Who was
was it Times that he had next? I think
it was one more West Coast battle rapper.
No, Tom's battled Marv. Tom's actually beat Marv, but
who beat? Because when Disaster battled Thesaurus, who did Saynt battle? Who did? It was RX and active. Yeah.
RX, active.
Disaster, Marv. And then Marv.
He had 5 battles though. I thought he had 5.
Him and B Magic, I think, dropped this year, but it happened last year.
So yeah, it was 4. It was
4. Now look, though, that's dope. That's a good resume. RX is dope. Active is dope. Diz is a legend, but he didn't look very legendary against Saynt. And Marv went crazy. You know what I mean? So he stood in front of competition, man. I just think it's different over here. That's all I'm saying. It's a little different over here, man. Like, it's not like that. Like, the most dangerous guys are over here. And like I said, Diz did a lot. He's a legend for real. Like, I don't want to take nothing away from him, but I don't think he's looked scary in that tournament. He didn't really look like. I keep going back to that. He wasn't doing what he did against Danny or Solomon, like, in this tournament. He was stumbling a lot. He was like,
Let me transition a little. Okay, so you said your class. I don't know if you've seen a Casita interview. Casita just came out with an interview.
I heard about it.
Av Fonz, don't even mention them. I need Rum. Rum Nitty is the only person y'all can really mention with me. Do you? I got a few things. Do you feel the slow it downs, the Captain Morgan, the all the Casita that hit back in that era? Do you think that's going to translate here now that you guys have elevated the style of punching and penmanship?
Yeah, I really, really respect Big Daddy Kane, but Benny the Butcher is getting him the fuck out of here. So it's the same thing with Khan, man. Like, I respect Khan. He started a whole style of punching, but that style of punching is basic now. It was ahead of his time, but the time caught up. And the shit got advanced, and it kept going. It was kind of like what I was saying to Magic. I don't remember the bars now, but basically comparing it to how you was the chef, and like, you hold on, I want to try to remember what I said because that describes this perfectly. When your menu was closing, the new era came in and setting itself. Basically, like, your recipe, the shit that you did got better. People made it better and sold it, and you over here crying about how your recipe's stolen. Like, you started the shit, and we kept building on it. So now it's at a different place now. So if you come in with the old shit, it's not matching up. The time moves on. Shit happens. So yeah, slow it down's a fire, especially when they first came out. But those double entendres, everybody got those. That's entry level type shit now. You can go, Sneezy Bo does the shit that Conceited used to do. Like, the newest guys that are really, really good can do that. You know what I'm saying? So somebody like Rum or Av, who are aliens, or Fonz, like people that like that could, anybody in this new class, man, I think Khan will have trouble with. I think even if Khan battles Eazy or like somebody that doesn't punch like that, like shit, me, I don't think, like, I think he'd have trouble with us. So I think he needs a. I heard he said he wants a tune-up or something,
like
and then battle Nitty. Right?
Yeah, but
who's he gonna tune up with?
That's what I'm saying. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Respect to Conceited, respectfully. A lot of his punchlines, them shits age like milk. Like if you listen to them now, it's just like what, the two arms in the air.
I'm letting this happen, but
listen. In 2011, him and Surf was debatable. Go watch it now. It's not debatable at all. Surf kind of washed him, son. Like if you go back and watch that shit,
that's a fact.
Like that type of material. That's why like angles and shit like that are always gonna last. They're way more memorable when you talk to somebody about something. That's gonna stand the test of time more than a random punchline you had about a current event. What are you really saying with a punchline? You're this like this. That's all you're saying. Whereas an angle or breaking somebody down, you're saying so much more, so the impact is more. And Conceited, I think, is too one-dimensional to come back in this era, because even somebody like Nitty, who's counted as one-dimensional in this era, he still does a lot of things. And he's one of the rare cases of somebody that can just punch for 3 rounds, but he's gonna keep amazing you with every punch until the 3rd round. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't think he should. What was that? What was that line Nitty had? The confiscating. The cop's not saying nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo,
that was crazy.
Go ahead, Tone. Go ahead, because I owe you one earlier, man. Go ahead.
Respect to the legends.
This is my problem. This is my problem. This is my issue. And it's not to you, Sikh. Sikh is company. We have to do. It's my problem with Polo right now.
What's up?
You know, it was not just about the punchlines. It's how he was putting it together. It's angles in there. He's clowning on you. He was actually digging into people's lives, but he was putting the punches around it. Everybody just imitated the punches. It's not just gonna win you a battle. Even the joint with B Magic, he was talking about B Magic. He just had this other stuff around it. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, how far away is he really from being good? I just saw what what he's always done and winning a battle and having a great performance. My belief is the things that worked then, the essence of breaking down your opponent, angles, and putting all the different stuff around however you want to package it, that works for certain people. I think Khan could be one of those people that comes back. And yeah, sure, he's gonna have to update some things for sure, but that's mostly cadence, in my opinion. I don't think it's the lines or how he approached battle rap. That's
the quality. I think it's
the thing, though. I'm sorry. This is the thing. When Khan came back, he didn't update anything. When he came back versus B Magic, it was still the same Khan. When he came back versus Big K, it was still the same Khan.
He got booed versus B Magic. I don't think he's gonna repeat that again.
But I'm saying he hasn't updated anything. Like he's still the same Conceited. Like if when Murder Mook came back, for example, when Murder Mook battled Averb, the takeaway from Murder Mook, he took too long to get to the punches. He dragged out a lot of schemes.
Third round was fire.
His third round was fire. He took a lot. He came back versus Tay Rock and improved drastically. So Conceited hasn't shown me anything. He comes back and he's the same Conceited.
Okay. But even Mook needed to. I mean, he did the 2-on-2 as well, and he didn't. He had one line. Now, granted, the shit got cut short, but that was a minute and 30 seconds into the round. You can't do that in today's battle rap. He had 2 tune-ups. You know what I mean? He had the verb thing and then he battled Rock in a small room, no crowd, and it looked how it looked. You know what I mean? I think Conceited should just come back and be like, he shouldn't have the Cassidy mind state. He should have the mind state of, I gotta learn a couple things because shit is different now. Let me at least come to the events. Come to a couple events. You know what I mean? Look, like try to learn just from observation. Don't just talk like that. Like you can, because the last thing we seen him do, unless somehow behind the scenes he's been progressing with the times and we just didn't hear it. Like it's not gonna be as easy as he thinks it is. I think. You know what I mean? Like,
I get the impression that he was cocky about it, in my opinion, or else he wouldn't even have suggested the tune-up match to get the kinks out of his style. I just don't. I just get to a point where, to me, all it seems like he needs to do is speed up his punches, because everybody's punching 50 times around now. So now you speed up the punches, you add a little bit more flow to the delivery, and you're good. The other stuff he was doing, clowning people, making people look small, he was doing the same, essentially a less crazy version, like what Goodz does with people, where they look small, they don't look the same when they stand in front of him. Khan was doing that too. So that's why I'm saying that art is never lost, in my opinion. But yeah.
Sick. Yeah. What if you the tune-up battle? What if you the tune-up battle?
He's going back to the gulag. He's out of here. Listen, I don't think there's a rapper that I can't win against. Like, okay. I don't think there's any of them. There's a couple that strike fear in me. You know what I mean? Like Daylight, like K-Shine, Pat Stay on 100. You know what I mean? Like people like that, Nitty, Av, people like that. I would write my best material if I was standing against them. You know what I mean? Standing across from them. But like Conceited is, it's not gonna be scary. It's gonna be me versus Magic again. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I got you. And so the just real quick, Polo, we dropped the link in the StreamYard for you guys to call up.
For like 8 years now.
Listen, man, I don't know what y'all got off while I was gone. But anything y'all say, I'm Ace's lawyer. Anything y'all say, I have the right to object. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So let's keep it fair here. Y'all be biased.
I've been wilding.
You should have been here a couple minutes ago.
Yeah. We can bring it back, man. It don't even matter. We got some time.
Because you know the objection here, and I keep hearing it with Aces. He is very, very annoyed by this boss worker dynamic that John is trying to set up, and I find that very interesting. He's
lying, bro. Listen, bro. I know what these niggas make, bro. Like, you gotta understand, I rap just like them. He gotta stop the cap at some point. Stop lying, man. I had to bro. Listen, if I tell you what niggas, I had to offer what I had to do in order for like, and it wasn't no money. Like, he was making he realized like the discrepancy between us battling on URL and us not was like 3 bands, bro. And it wasn't a lot of money. Like, it was 3 bands, bro. And it wasn't gonna increase it by a significant amount. He was literally gonna get paid more than he'd ever made on URL to do the battle on URL, literally, and was acting like he was too good to do that. This nigga don't get paid, bro. Stop fronting, bro. Stop fronting, bro. You know how many niggas be acting like they do business in battle rap by themselves. Like, you got ballots, bro. You didn't pay. How many niggas haven't you paid? How many niggas is running around? How many niggas is running around that you owe back halves to? How many niggas showed up to battle and you didn't have hotels for?
Oh, wait a minute.
Acting like you're not paid, nigga.
Oh, wait a minute.
If it wasn't for Hitman Holla, nigga, you wouldn't be. Some of your events wouldn't have finished. You didn't have niggas back in. Ask him what happened. Why Ab wasn't about to rap against C Money? Why wasn't he about? And this ain't nigga. And this ain't nothing. This is what I know. You feel what I'm saying? Like, stop that front end shit. Like, this battle, the reason that you're able to throw this event is because of me, nigga. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it, nigga. Talk about it.
Wait a second.
And like I said, the only reason I'm talking this way is because you decided to jump on DNA's live and talk about you being a boss. Bitch, you was not a boss. I'm talking to you as a man. See, this is the problem. You be talking to me as a battle rapper. I be talking to you.
We gotta give him the ISO screen.
I talk to you as a man.
Yeah.
As a man, homie. I talk to you as a man.
Yeah.
Stop capping. At some point, you're going to have to hop off the stage and you're going to have to go home and be a dad. You are responsible for raising a man. If you can't tell that nigga to do the things that you're doing, you should know that shit is wrong. And if you are raising him to be like you, I feel sorry for whoever he end up with. This is real shit. It's real shit, bro. This real shit. This ain't even no promotion. I don't give a fuck. You don't have to post this. I don't give a fuck about who sees this but him. You can send this directly to him. I don't care. This ain't about no battle. Like, stop doing the coward shit. You still don't. The same thought process that got you battling a nigga that you're not supposed to be battling is why this shit is gonna end up bad for you in the long run. This shit is gonna catch up with you. Can like that's the thing. Like, niggas don't. It's empiric. Like, I don't know if y'all familiar with a Pyrrhic victory. A Pyrrhic victory is a victory that comes at this offset of a bunch of losses. So if you get 4 major losses and then you get 1 victory, it really don't count because you took 4 setbacks in order to get there.
This is what's gonna end up happening to you. You gonna win all this shit. It's gonna seem like it's good money, and then it's gonna catch. You can win this battle, and you can win it. But the long-term war, you gonna lose that shit, my nigga. Yeah, you gonna lose. That's my brother, man. Shout out my brother that just donated.
Oh yeah, I got let me Freetown. Yeah, he always show love, man. Freetown.
Yeah, that's my blood brother. That's my blood brother.
He said. Didn't you call what's the nickname you gave his brother? Drizzy, I believe it was Spade Amin or something.
Huh? Spade Amin. He really don't know what you're talking about.
He called up one time and said y'all gave him a nickname, but he said Ace, middle finger to ops. Jims, salute to Jims. $5. He said stop being dirty.
Yeah,
but
I was just
now let me ask you something. On the caffeine show today, I ain't gonna lie, he was downplaying you a lot. I didn't.
And see, he don't know how stupid that is. Like he ain't learned from the nigga. That's why his niggas above. Yo, listen, there's a reason that he can't. Cause remember what he's telling niggas. Every nigga that been here 10 years plus get whoever the fuck they want when they want to battle. He the only nigga that gotta take whatever they offer. He the only nigga. He the only nigga that got a hard time getting what he wants and who he wants when he has. If Hitman want to battle, if Hitman call you over and said I want to battle, I mean right now, guess what they gonna do? They gonna book you. They gonna pay him whatever the fuck he asked for. Not saying that he would, because he probably wouldn't. I mean he wouldn't. But if he did, he get whoever he want. If Surf calls him and says I want this person, if Surf called him and say I want John right now, John shooting up the battle. The niggas that been here,
he don't have that type of juice.
He's battling me on board. He's battling me. He's battling me.
Oh shit, that was it. That might have been me.
But he could pull the boss move like, yo, I got you on my shit. I got you on my league.
I'm for it. Fuck is you talking about? It's my event. Or fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about?
Yo, 400 in the live. Hit them likes.
Why you think I'm doing it? I'm not doing this battle, bro. If I didn't have no leverage, I wouldn't come over there and battle in your house. That you don't, man. I ain't getting that. I'm not gonna come battle you in your house, quote unquote. If I didn't have no leverage, I'm not no idiot, bro. Listen, like I said, the only place these niggas got more experience than me is on a battle rap stage. It's not in life. These niggas ain't that, bro. Stop that. Don't let these niggas gas you because y'all been watching them for 10 years. These niggas is regular niggas. Nothing wrong with being a regular nigga. Nothing wrong with at all. I'm a regular nigga. But these niggas try to make it seem as if they're superior. No, nigga, you rap longer than me. Bitch, you been here a decade. Bro, I was in prison, bro. Why are you rapping against me? Other than the fact that you pussy and you broke. What are we talking about? You don't got no wilding out. Your league throwing events once every 8 months. You just had a little fake ass tour that you used other niggas' money to pay for. Them niggas was paying for the tryouts, and you used that money to be able to fund it. Like, come on, man. You shouldn't have to do that. There's some certain shit should be beneath you at a certain point. You're too old and you've been around. You're too tenured for you to be running around here like a newcomer. Yeah, come on, man. Let me tell you about your business. Let me open up the books in your business. I can give you some tips other than this event that we throwing. Whore.
But okay, we get all that, but y'all still got to rap against each other.
I'm not worried. That's the least.
Yeah, but people, let me be honest with you, bro. People don't think you stand a snowball chance in hell.
And they're smart. They're smart. What am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say, yeah, y'all niggas is wrong? Let's base it on track record. They're right. I don't stand a snowball chance in hell. I don't. Now just put this to the side though. What if?
Now let me ask you a question, right? Your famous shoulder bump. Is it gonna be spacing? Is all this gonna be allowed?
I do what I want.
Yo, bro, I talk to you about that bump shit, bro. Come on, bro.
You gotta do the shoulder bump. You wildin', Drizzy. You gotta do that.
That's what I'm telling you. If I don't shoulder bump him because I decided I didn't want to. I don't care about no contract. I don't care about no security. I don't care about no your big brother nothing that just got out of jail 3 months ago. I don't care about none of that shit. If I decide I'm gonna bump him, I'm gonna bump him. If I decide I'm not gonna bump him, I'm not gonna bump him. I'm not doing that.
Shout out to Jims, man.
Yeah, Jims in the live. He said he's giving out angles.
John been done writing for 2 months, bro. Stop like that. I don't know why y'all believe in this shit. Like, right? He's prolonging so that he can get his shit down pat and he can add some shit to the end, some little styles on. That nigga been done. Ain't nothing in this conversation that he's not gonna address or he wasn't already gonna address. Nothing. There's nothing in there. The nigga been on it, man. Like, don't let them niggas fool you.
You referenced it. You referenced it just in passing here, but the history with the Goonies and John John, does that not factor into this at all? It don't factor into this at all.
Shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Shit ain't got nothing to do in terms of like, this ain't no avenge for Jack. Jack is still a man. Jack is a man. Jack is at home. Jack is chilling. I was just with Jack. Y'all seen it last time I popped up on the show. I was with Jack. Jack is fine as a man. He's good. Battle rap, yeah, he lost the battle. That was it. It's not that deep. Like, I don't give a like, if that was the case, then I'd be beefing with everybody in battle rap on behalf of drugs and twerking. Like, every nigga that if that was the instance, it's not that. It had nothing to do. Like, he wants to paint that picture. This is what he's doing. Like, you peep every nuance because that you're good at what you do. You've peeped every nuance, but the regular general masses, they don't catch every interview. They don't catch every subtlety. They're not gonna know that, oh, hold on, let me look at this for context. They're not gonna know that. They're just gonna go with the great, whatever's the loudest thing and the last thing they heard, they're gonna run with. You know what I'm saying? And he's good at that. He has a high perch. He speaks very well from that high perch. He has a squeaky clean image outside of within the business. Niggas love that nigga. And when he says something, for the most part, niggas ain't gonna question it. I respect it.
So there's no semblance of, all right, I seen what happened in Houston. I don't like it. Just on some battle rap. I ain't talking about outside, whatever y'all want to do. Like, I'm not talking about the personal. I'm not doing that. I'm talking about on battle rap. There's no party where it's like, nah, I gotta do him dirty for the team.
Nah, like, that's not what I'm saying. Him and Jack didn't have no personal issues. Now remember, there was just a battle rap. Him throwing a chain, like, niggas always say he threw Jack with a chain. First off, it wasn't. He said it was. He said it at the beginning. I bought a chain from Walmart. Wasn't his chain. It wasn't Jack Wood's actual chain. It was just a good angle that he led up to the whole battle. He posted the chain everywhere. Let nigga see it. When he pulled it out, so freaky. When he pulled the chain out, Rock grabbed it. Rock grabbed the chain and made that shit go to another level. Right? And then all the bars he had correlated with it.
Yeah, the irony. The irony
of Tay-Rock grabbing a face.
Everyone
with fake checkies on, my nigga.
We passed that. We're past that. We've gotten past that. Shout out Rock. But that was why I pulled out the chain during the Snake Eyes battle. Right. Because of that. Like, bro, I know we can't do that. But point is, he pulled out the chain, he threw it in the crowd. The way Jack Boy reacted, not the best. He lost the battle. Sat down. It was a big setback for him. As a man, that's my dog, right? But he wearing that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, me and John, niggas gotta keep inside. Me and Red, I keep calling him John. Me and Red situation is one. Yeah, his name's Red. That's his name. Me and Red situation.
Hey, Tone, man.
I love it. Keep talking. Keep
I'm
going.
loving this. This is classic.
Me and Red situation stems from reality, and now we're just resolving it in battle rap. There's a big difference. It's not the same. There's a dichotomy there. Like, it's literally something that's completely on the outs of the norm of battle rap. It just entered into battle rap because we're both battle rappers, and it's an opportunity to make a bag. And he's a pussy. If he wasn't pussy, this battle wouldn't be happening. That's all that comes down to. If he wasn't pussy, he told me fuck me and went about his business.
Do you feel like you got to make some adjustments in your approach for the battle?
Because the ladies, I think the ladies did an excellent job breaking down, why they had who they had. But there was some sort of there were differing thoughts on impact. Like, what do you think about just the term impact when you measure someone's impact? Like what comes to mind for you? You know what I mean? Because I think you were slided in that area personally. So how do you feel about that?
Listen, I appreciate you for that, because not for nothing, I feel the same way, kind of. Like, I feel like, thank you. I feel as though, like,
40, you different.
I need that, man.
No, dead ass, but like, I feel like impact for me means, without using the word impact and definition, when people do that, I feel like the person or the battle or situation that made a huge ripple, or a fucking, people were talking about it, or it changed something, or it helped, you know what I mean? It shifted something. I'm normally more articulate. I'm just like all over.
Nah, you good.
But I just feel like, for me, I agree with you, and not because we're speaking about me. I felt the same way. I didn't in the panel's defense, and shout out to them because, not for nothing, that's a hard job.
Yeah, it's hard.
We know.
So I will give them that. It's a hard job to judge the females and pick little parts of, like, shout out to them for that. So I will give them credit for taking on a hard job. But moving forward, I do agree with you. I feel as though I was slighted in a few areas. Not because I didn't win, but I just felt as though they didn't apply the same criteria across the board to everybody that they did to me in certain situations. Because they did for certain things, it was like, yeah, okay, but this person did this. But it's like, well, how come you're not saying where I fucked up and this person did this? Like, as far as the impactful thing too. I come back to that. I feel the same way. Like, I wrote down a few little notes. Like, I didn't watch the whole panel.
Okay.
So I took some notes.
That's a loose leaf sheet of paper. I haven't seen.
I don't have a notebook here. So I had to rip out a paper.
That's what we do, right?
So I felt the same way, as far as that too, or whatever. Like the surf battle, like it was like as far as the build up to the battle, like you were saying, the promo, like there was a diss track, fucking me and him going back and forth, him not taking the battle, then finally taking it. Like the both of our face-offs online in person, they were both like epic. Like I felt like the whole battle was impactful, and we were doing it on a historical card. It was on Kings versus Queens. It was supposed to be the women have to get wins. So why the fuck are you taking away from me getting the fucking win? I don't give a fuck what you came and did. I did what the fuck I was supposed to do. Stumbling, Stanley, whatever the fuck you want to say. I didn't fucking choke. I got through all my bars and I fucking beat him. So the fact that I did that, then we have to start taking away from what the fuck he did. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like anybody else's problem when I come there and I don't fucking show up. One of the biggest fucking regrets of my career is my Jazz the Rapper battle. And to this day, I can argue till I'm blue in the face and tell niggas, but I didn't finish my rounds though. Niggas will be like, Jazz killed you. And I got to stand on that. So I don't give a fuck how my opponent came. You understand what I'm saying? I came and I won.
Right.
I was good at what I did. They can try to, you can pick apart what needs to be done, what you need to, but you can't take away from the fact that I got a dub for the females. And that was supposed to be impactful for the culture. I won a fucking battle. Had I lost, they would have never let me live it down. Like, no.
Yeah, that's a great point. God damn.
I agree. I think and so, all right. Because you got there too. And this
is not to mention, we didn't even get to the Miss Hustle battle.
Oh yeah.
That was minimized to a point because clearly one person on the panel didn't like the battle, so I guess that means that it didn't mean anything in the culture. And I guess the fact that it happened so long ago and it was at the beginning of the year, like it doesn't matter. Why doesn't that fucking matter? I just came up to get my ass busted and everything like that. My friend made a good point, and I'm thinking about it too. Like, no disrespect to anybody. When I make these points, this is to just how I felt about how I was spoken about. So right. I want to take away from Vixen's one shout out to her because everybody knows I fuck with Vixen. Has nothing to do with that. This has to do with what I feel why things should have been judged differently for me. I feel as though Vixen and Flames, their battle, everybody was saying that saved Watch the Throne 4. They said it was a lackluster card. They had a classic bomb ass battle, catapulted both of them into a different type of spotlight because the battle was so fire. Nobody can take away from that. That's what I'm hearing that the consensus is, right? That battle kind of held the card up. Why the fuck me and Hustle don't get that same shit for the royalty card? No shit to anybody else on that card. Those battles, like really? What are we talking about that really happened on that card outside of me and Hustle?
Was Robin Rhymes and Flames on that card as well?
I believe so.
Flames did her work. That was a good battle too.
Casey and Merc was on that card. And that's what and this is not to take away from what any one individual did on that card. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just saying, in general, the same way how I'm willing to stand on a card that someone said another battle held that card up that I was on too. Why can't people give it to me if me and my opponent held up that card? Because we did. Nobody's really talking about those other battles. Let's keep it tall. They're not. So it's just like, why isn't what's good for the goose good for the gander? Like, it's always a fucking problem. I feel like at this point, niggas are just tired of me being at where the fuck I'm at, like not even trying to be funny. I'm not saying that's why I lost for the panel. I just mean in general. I just feel like that because some of the reasons weren't black and white reasons, like, hey, 40. Some of them were legit. Damn, your performances, like this was lackluster, or you didn't have a clean performance after this. And let me skip to that too, real quick, because I got.
Oh no, you in your bag. Go ahead. Yeah.
Shout out to Slim Rita. Like, I fuck with her too, but she was saying some bullshit. Like, she said some real dumb shit on some real shit. You said that you're factoring in the fact that I was coached by the Bardashians. How the fuck me sparring my bars with Jazz the Rapper? How the fuck is that someone coaching me? Did she pin my shit? Did she get up there and tell me when to move, how to dress, what the fuck to do? No, she stood there and told me, rap your bars again. Nope, you stumbled, rap it again. So that's shout out to her, because that's as much coaching as she gave me. If that's the case, everybody in fucking battle rap gets fucking coach. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then this is what killed me too. I'm watching the shit, and Deuce says something like, we like us as battle rappers, something along, and I'm not quoting her, something along the lines of battle rappers, we got to deal with the fact that, you know, whatever's on footage, whatever's on record, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Battles, all that matters. What happens beforehand or after, privately or professionally, it's not nobody's problem. So if that's the case, why the fuck are we talking about how I prepared for my battle? If that doesn't matter, why the fuck does, because they're all sitting there in agreement with it. So I don't understand that kind of shit. Why the fuck does how I prepared for my battle? If Jazz the Rapper stood up with me in my hotel room till 4 o'clock in the morning and listened to my material, why the fuck does that matter if I got up there and I fucking won? And why the fuck can you discredit me for winning when I got up there and wrote my bars and said my shit there? Jazz couldn't stop me from choking if I still got up there and choked. Niggas make it seem like my choking's because I like crack under pressure and not a preparation thing, right? So how the fuck could that have been prevented by somebody else?
Man. I never thought about it like that.
Excellent point. It's an excellent point.
It's just like it's tiring at this point. It's just like I don't understand. So, like I said, I understand the hard decision that the woman had to make, and I'm not taking away from that. But like things like that is just kind of like, let's just do it all the way across the board for everybody. Let's just do it all the way. Let's just do it. If these two people carry this event, let's talk about how I carried the event. Let's not talk about let's not take a little bits and pieces. Oh, 41, but I can't do that because the Bardashians coached it. The Bardashians didn't fucking coach me. One of the Bardashians sparred with me, and I gave props to her from right after that in interviews and everything. That wasn't no fucking secret. I told niggas, like, I'd say, like, what? I don't have anything to hide because I'm not a funny ass bitch. Yes, Jazz stayed up with me because I was still, like always, at the last minute with my preparation. And she's like, yo, you good? Nah, I'm not good. Like, I'm about to go practice my shit. She's like, you want to spar? Yes. And that's what it was. And if my like don't do that. Don't discredit what the fuck my pen that I put to my pad. I still had to get up there. That's another thing. Then they're talking about how I handled Hustle's presence, right? Yeah. That they were so surprised that because Hustle has one of the nicest performances of presences in female battle, right? Right. The whole thing was, can I stand up to that? Because that's not what I'm known for. I'm known for my pen, right? It's not like I'm a performance heavy person. So when I got up there and I rose to the occasion, then you're fucking nitpicking at that. Well, I don't know because the Bardashians coached me. So the Bardashians coached me to be the bitch that I am, like not even trying to be funny. No, the reason why I could stand in front of Hustle is because I'm not pussy, my nigga. You can't teach nobody that. The fuck nobody can't coach me how to be the bitch that I am. Nobody can't coach me to not fucking move when I need to feel like moving, nigga. Nobody can touch me that. And it's fucked up because I have to defend myself, and I'm speaking really carefully because, like I said, I don't have no fucking issue with any of the other women or their position. And it's crazy because things like this, it's easy to pit us against each other. So I'm gonna be careful with what I say. But me being a bitch who I am, like, let's keep it a buck too. You can't coach me how to beat somebody who beat both of y'all.
Hit the light.
Straight up.
Shooting right. This in the gym. It's all great.
I remembered my material thanks to Jazz the Rapper. She stood up with me all night and sparred with me back and forth. So if that's coaching me, if she's the reason why I beat Hustle, then so be it. Because I'm not gonna keep doing this shit. If that's the case, then I gotta attribute all the Team 40 for my wins. I stay up on the phone with them and spar with them too. Do I gotta give them credit for my wins too? I don't understand. Did she write my bars? That would have been something to talk about.
Right.
The niggas edit my shit. Did they go through my notebook and tell me, nah, this is trash, take this out? No. She stood there and told me, go again, rap. No, rap again. Oh, no, you're bullshitting, rap again. Like somebody who's sparring with you is supposed to do. That's how it goes. So why the fuck is niggas making that to be like perverting it to be something fucked up or crazy like someone assisted in my fucking win? Don't fucking do that. Say that you didn't like the battle or say that was it, whatever, but don't discredit me with bullshit because that's not true. So I don't like that narrative fucking being spread, Rita.
I see.
But that has to be, you know what? It has to be. It's a thing to where, you know, and I love Rita. I respect.
I know too, but I didn't like that.
But the point has to be brought up, right? And now let's get into this: expectations and being the victim of your own success. If people say, "Yo, y'all supposed to shut it down," you supposed to, you know what I'm saying? you feel like that's fair?
That's
You feel like,
one, right?
yo, you're supposed to. You're supposed to do.
Y'all tell me, therefore,
She's supposed to win against who?
Practice your bars so you don't choke. So when I'm practicing my bars, now it's a problem when I come and win. What the fuck you want me to do? It's a lose-lose, man.
Damn.
So let me ask you
some other people. And those other people are scouts that's out there right now. Troy Martin, Kales, Bills, Floss, Nino, Beretta Blaze. Even people who aren't active scouts on this particular season. John, Holmesy God, Ace Amin, Twerk calls me, Drugs calls me. All these people call and they give us suggestions. You know?
They like so word of mouth is a part of it. And I did see guys on there, like guys like Blick. I'm familiar with this work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm familiar with a couple of these guys. Did that factor in as to, you know, having ringers in the situation, or was it open to everybody where some people stopped at the door like, no, we know about you already? Like how did that process work out?
Well, the scouts, there were 11 scouts. Each scout, we had 6 regions of the country we went to. So when people say the New York Crucible, no, that's just where the camera is turned on. It's not the New York Crucible. It's not all New York guys. There were people from Virginia in there, DC, Connecticut. All, you know, it's the tri-state area basically, and a little further down the Eastern Seaboard. We just shot it in New York. That's why we call it New York Crucible. Just like when we did North Carolina, we did Charlotte. There were people in Atlanta in it. So I know New York is catching a lot of flack because New York was trash. No, there was some not so great performances in there.
Man, that's just like with American Idol. Everybody don't be from the city that they auditioned at, and one mixtape tour. People was driving hours to go try to get in. Like it's not
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And
people find anything, man. People will find anything. Facts.
And you also have to remember, they go, oh man, most of these guys were terrible. If you watch American Idol, when the show first comes on, they have that shot, the plane thing, the drone shot, it goes over the crowd. It'd be hundreds of people out there, maybe even thousands of people out there. But then when you watch the show for Houston, you see 30 auditions. What happened to the 2,000 people that tried out, though? You know what I'm saying? With this, there's 22 auditions, and guess how many auditions you see? 22. You see everybody, good, bad, indifferent. Also, with the trial process, they're talking about, we want to see entire battles. What you guys are noticing, each region is a 2-episode release, right? And each episode is 30 minutes. That's 30 minutes, and you only got to see about 30 to 45 seconds of one of their 90-second rounds. They had 2 90-second rounds. You only saw 30 to 45 seconds of one of them, and the show is an hour long. Imagine if you saw all 180 seconds of it. You know, that the episode would have been probably 2.5 hours. You can't show everything. American Idol doesn't show every single last second of somebody's audition.
That's true. And then as we get further and further into the season, we start to get familiar who's made it and things like that. So I understand. As far as the battlers that have been in it, right, that received the negative responses to their work, did you have? I mean, maybe this is spoiling a later rollout of like outtakes, but were there any crazy blow-ups? Because that's why I used to watch American Idol. I'm gonna be honest. Somebody can't sing, and then they just like. Whatever, Simon. I'm gonna come back. Okay, like that. I live for stuff like that. Did you have any of those moments? Like, you know,
not really. We had some people that were disappointed at the decisions at the end of the episode when they found out who got picked and who didn't. But that's another good thing that I like about the way we're doing it. Like when you see these guys auditioning, it's just the 2 MCs in the room with the judges and the scouts, you know, and the staff. All the other MCs that are participating are not in the room. So you don't get to see what someone else does. So you can't go in there and do what you do and then come out and say, I should get picked. You don't know what everybody else did. You weren't in there. You didn't see their audition. Right. The judges and the scouts are the only people who saw everything that day. You know? But the scouts, like I said, they get to pick 2 people per region, and they have full autonomy to pick who they want. The only guidance that I did give them was try not to pick people who were very established. who, like, we don't need to see Dre Dennis in the Crucible. We don't need to see that to know whether or not he's good enough to be on URL. Yeah, obviously he's good enough to be on URL. That's a spot somebody else could have. We're looking for new talent. Just like Ish Mulan. Ish Mulan was in there. Me personally, I didn't think he should be there. I didn't think Spanish Harlem should have been in it either. But one of the great things that I like about Crucible is the transparency and the accountability. I don't pick anybody. If a scout wants to do something, they can do it, and they have to be held accountable, good or bad, on the results of what they do.
Right.
But Ish Mulan we pulled him out, and he went to Survivor Series. It just didn't make sense. Like, he doesn't need to be in the Crucible.
What was the? I mean, again, that's a decision process, right? Because like Ish Mulan to me is like a kind of a ringer in that situation in the field of those people. So, what do you guys look back at the resume and say, you know what I'm saying, like? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do?
No, I looked at who auditioned that day and who didn't get picked, because everybody can't get picked. And if somebody missed out, we're just on the cusp of almost making it, and then I look at Ish and I go, Ish, had it not been for you, that guy could have made it. But people don't really know like that. We know you. You don't need to be here. You know what's
right?
So you know what, Ish, I'm going to pull you out. I'm going to put you on something bigger, a bigger type of situation. And we'll take this other guy who was on the cusp and we'll bring him up and try to develop him.
Right.
Same thing with Next was the same thing.
Right.
Pete, let me ask you this. And much credit to you for doing the Crucible. Really good idea. I remember when we first talked about it. There was a lot of dots that had to be connected. What challenges are there that you kind of bumped into during this process that you didn't necessarily foresee in the beginning when we first had the conversation?
COVID-19. This process, we did the first auditions in Charlotte, North Carolina, I think back in June 2020. And you guys are just now seeing episodes drop February. You know, this process is not supposed to take nearly as long. You know, we wanted actually to get through this whole process. We could have hit one region every 2 weeks. Could have did that. You know, but because of travel restrictions and everything else that we got going on. Plus, you know, we didn't know, got to remember when we first started it, this was at the beginning of our relationship with Caffeine. And, the relationship is going really well. So we're doing more events, which means we have less time to do other things. So splitting the time between, doing stuff with Caffeine, doing our app event, and finding time to do Crucible has been pretty challenging. I say that's the biggest thing.
Okay, I understand that. The Crucible to me is interesting. I'm interested to see what type of judges we get and things like that. In the judging and stuff like that, do crews come into play? Because there's some guys who aren't on URL that are in crews, and you possibly run the risk of having that person judge somebody in their crew. Is that another consideration that you guys took in doing this?
Yeah, it is. Like, for instance, if you go back and watch the North Carolina episodes, you'll notice there's a guy in there. It may have been two of them. I know there was one that tried to have a Swamp Town shirt on, and he actually reps Swamp Town.
Sure.
Didn't get picked. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
We everybody's in the room. I'm in the room. There's all the other scouts in the room, and then we got the judges. So if something doesn't look correct, we'll speak up on it. There's a couple of times, in the judging process, I'm watching how things are going. I never say, don't pick this person, do pick that person. But what I'll do is I'll interject a way to look at something. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this guy may have stumbled a little bit. This other guy may have gotten through clean. But who has the most potential? Whose ceiling is higher? Who do you see making it further if they move past this point? Because what we're looking for is the next star. You know what I'm saying? Saying something like that, or hey, I want y'all to think about marketing, like marketability. Like, can you market this guy? Can you sell him? Like, I see, you got one guy who may be dope. You got another guy who may not be as dope. For instance, I'm going to use Gems, for instance, right? Gems, that's my guy. Me and Gems talk all the time.
Yeah, shout out to Gems.
Yeah. It's Gems, JC? Hell no, he's not JC. You know what I'm saying? But to be fair, is he more marketable than JC? Hell yes, he's more marketable than JC. Does that mean he's bigger than JC? He's going to be a better battler than JC? No. But I'm just saying, these are things that you have to look at and consider. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at these different aspects and say, okay, I could see him making it a whole lot further based on this particular aspect. Maybe his marketability. Right. Maybe his pen is superb. You know, somebody like Rum Nitty and Av. Rum Nitty and Av, you know, they don't have a huge social media presence. You know, however, they don't really need to, man. They're so incredibly gifted lyrically. They don't have to do all of that other stuff. Now, if they did it, could they be bigger? Absolutely. But that's not something they have to do.
So on the marketability tip, I could not help but notice in the first episode, Ty Pretty. What is the status of him? Is he still in the Crucible? Are we still? What are we doing with that?
No, Ty Pretty is not in the Crucible. I don't want to get into the details of his situation, but you know, if we're gonna address the elephant in the room, everybody know what he was charged with. The paperwork is there. We know what he was charged with.
Right.
Now, the details of all of that, we don't know. And until we get some clarity on that and understand, you know, exactly what's going on with that, that just wasn't something that we could stand next to.
Right.
In the current moment, you know. And now I'm not saying that, you know, okay, that's what the paperwork says, that's what we charged with, and that's what the outcome of the charges were. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean 100% certainty that it is exactly how it looks. A lot of people that get charged and, you know, were incorrectly charged and convicted. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a judge or jury for anybody. So I got to go off what we have in front of us. It's something that we talked about, and that's the decision that we came to until something else comes up, man. You know,
breaking up a little bit on my end. Yeah. Go ahead, P.
Say that last part again, please.
Yeah, you were breaking up a little bit. Go ahead, say the last part.
No, we're just saying that that's just a decision that we talked about internally, and we came to that conclusion that, you know, we're gonna have to kind of distance ourselves from that until some other details come out that would, you know, influence our decision to be different. Until that happens, no, this is the decision we came to. But we wish him all the best, you know, regardless, or, you know, whether he's innocent, guilty, whatever. One thing's for sure, he did his time. I don't, you know, it's not my job to sentence him again, you know. So that's where we are with that.
Okay. So we can expect to continuously see these Crucible drops, and maybe will we get a behind the scenes or something like that? Like you envision something like that dropping?
Yeah. We just shot phase 2 in Phoenix last weekend, and just so everybody knows, right? Don't feel like the culture is not in good hands just because you've seen a couple subpar auditions.
It's an audition, man. Like, people don't know what audition means.
You need me? Yeah. Okay, got you. In the audition process, hold on, I gotta move here. They gotta start doing something with the room.
I got you.
Process. Yeah, audition
he is
process.
fresh from the COVID test, y'all. Man, he working.
Yeah. That's Chill out, y'all. Yeah.
No, we're doing a lot in here. But yeah, in the audition process, that is exactly that. You know, we're weeding everything out. We're weeding everybody out, and once we weed everybody out, I think we saw over 140 auditions, and we got left with 40 MCs. Yeah.
Thank you.
We got left with 40 MCs.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it. We took the top 40 out of 140. And we just had an event with 40 MCs, 20 battles, and out of 40 MCs, we whittled that down to 16. You know?
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, so we have what we need. And based off what I saw this week in Phoenix, trust me, his culture is in very good hands.
Okay.
So those got super. And I want to say this. I'm gonna give you a little spoiler. But
spoiler alert. Okay. Hit the like, y'all. Hit the like.
New York definitely redeemed themselves.
New York redeemed themselves. Thank God.
Look at Tony, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I was so mad. I was punching the air, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. Okay.
Nah. New York definitely redeemed themselves. That the New York region, because you got listen. Let's say if we went to one region, we saw 22 auditions, and out of those 22 auditions,
it's kind of hard to hear you.
You sound a little your mic sound a little
muffled. Yeah.
How about now? Good.
Yep.
I feel like it's I know you got the earpods on, but yeah, it still sounds like a little it's better.
Thanks to win. Out of 22 auditions, let's say 16 of them were good, right? So that's good. People are gonna consider, okay, that's dope, right? Now let's say we go to New York, and out of 22 auditions, 8 of them are good. It feels like the region is trash. But the top 6 that we picked out of the 14 that was great in another region, the top 6 that we picked out of the 8 in New York, we got to phase 2. Most of the New York guys got business. And that region that had 14 guys, maybe only had one person that looked like it's gonna make it out of that region.
Okay, I see what's going on. Okay, it's like adjusting for the fact that some regions have more rappers or whatever, so you're likely to see more trash. But at the end of the day, they gotta go to that second round and do what they do, right? So it doesn't matter.
Every region got 6 representatives. Had 6 representatives go to the next phase, which is phase 2. And at the end of the day, for New York, what I said about New York, it was quality over quantity.
It wasn't quality. It wasn't quality. It was quantity. You said
no. It was quality over quantity.
Okay.
Maybe the 22 people that auditioned weren't the craziest, but the people who made it in phase 2, y'all gonna see they got.
Okay. All right. Look, man, I'm interested, man. I want to see what comes out of that. It's interesting that y'all taking marketing into consideration with that. I like that the battlers are involved and stuff like that. So I think it could end up being a good, good situation for people to see that level of transparency. Any aspiring rapper, right? Like I was watching it thinking like if I was about to battle rap and I had to do something like this, like what would be going through my head? You know what I mean? So it's good they hearing that because some of them. Yeah, and shout out to Eazy too, because him and Swave kept it real.
Yeah.
They kept it too real, and that's how the combine was before.
That's how it should be.
People will see that. I think that's how it was, but people didn't see it though. Now we seeing it, and it's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like the finality of the Crucible. Like when it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who got picked. People who didn't. With the OPG process, you do your PGs, you don't get.
And then you just left in the air, like you don't know what's next.
Yeah, exactly. But what ends up happening is a guy didn't do well. I go on Facebook and tell everybody he killed it. You know what I'm saying? And then his footage don't come out, and then he's telling everybody, "Yo, it's politics." No, you did bad, and we didn't put it out because we didn't want to put our product out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And but now, like I said, that's not going to happen anymore. People are going to see, and I want to say this too. For people who say, "Well, it looks like you just showed the bad parts of New York or whatever," no, we showed the bad parts of the bad of everybody, every region.
The whole region. Yeah.
People got to understand.
Okay.
You hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah, I hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, we showed the bad parts of everybody in every region because one thing I wanted to make sure was clear. Imagine if somebody did poorly and we showed the best parts and then they don't get picked. Now that leaves the door open for them to go on a campaign saying, "Oh, it's politics. I did good." No, y'all saw them do bad. You saw it. Now you can make the same argument and go, "Well, if you showed the bad parts, what about when the parts they did good?" Well, it's gonna if you want to make it through this process. You can't be doing bad. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have to do good in round 1, good in round 2. Not bad in one of them, good in another one, and still get through. It's gonna be tough to do that.
Do the artists get their audition tape? Can they to like have that content, or are you guys sort of keeping that?
No, it's gonna come out.
Okay,
it's gonna come out. We're gonna put that out in due time. It's not a priority to get it out now, but it will come out.
Okay. I got you. All right. Now that's the Crucible stuff I think is important and things like that. I also want to talk to you about the schedule that URL.
Y'all got man. I said it before, man. URL got an NBA schedule, man. It's a game every other night, man.
Yeah, this is different, man. This is, so this is run down. So Gnome 11, Double Impact 4, Smack Volume 7, Ultimate Madness 3, King of Queens 2 this weekend, right? Today or tomorrow. Summer Madness 11, Queen of the Ring series. So that implies more than one situation. Okay. URL anniversary event, Ultimate Madness 4, Super Fight series, and then Smack Volume 8. Wow.
It's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe did. It's like their calendar.
It's
a lot, bro.
It's a lot.
I'll get Beasley to come, come on the show, and he can talk a little bit more in depth about those events. But definitely not. We definitely got a full schedule, and you got to remember that's just the caffeine mix. That has nothing to do with the app.
That's what I was gonna say. That don't even include the app only battles.
Yeah, the app we do one of those every month, and it's at least 8 battles every month.
Right.
So that's 12 more this we're already in February, so that's 11 events on top of what you just read. And you gotta count the Crucible. Along with
your mic a little muffled, P.
Right, a little muffled again, bro.
I said you got to count the Crucible as well. That's another thing that we're gonna, that's gonna be filling in some spots as well.
Yeah. Okay. I got you on that. And then because we're coming off of the top 20 list, right? We had the men's and the women's panel and stuff like that. There were a lot of new guys on URL there as well. And then there's this renewed interest in women's battle rap as well. When you guys put the schedule together, the Queen of the Ring series, are we going to see more events for the ladies? Like, is there going to be more of an effort there? Because they really stood out in 2020.
Absolutely. And for that, I'm going to holler at Debo. I'll get Debo to come through so he can speak on his department, what he's doing with that.
Right.
He's best qualified to speak on that. But now, to answer your question, though, we definitely doing more.
Okay. I got you. I think that makes sense because they really put on. They really put on.
Women put on, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. Coffee, Vixen, First Lady Flames. I'm sorry, if y'all see where I'm going. I'm Team New Era. If you didn't know.
Oh, this guy.
I'm Team New Era. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always gonna lean that way. But shout out to all the vets too to keep it going too. John, K-Shine, DNA, Suge, Tay-Rock, JC, all of those guys. They're instrumental as well. But my job is to give y'all, the next Eazy the Block Captain, the next Kid Chaos, Ace Amin. That's my job.
Yeah.
And that's what the Crucible is gonna get. So I'm telling you, bro, there's some guys in that Crucible. They could be an Eazy in class right now and be just fine.
Okay.
I just ain't seen them yet, but they did.
All right, and this is a little touchy territory when it comes to battle rap itself, right? Now, all right, we got Real Sick, Kid Chaos, Eazy the Block Captain, Fonz, you know what I'm saying, Jay the Nightwing.
Ace, Swamp, that whole club.
Yeah, you got but I'm talking about the guys so these guys now, they have to get the fans are wanting to see them, right? They were on the list, people all rock with them, and now will we go back to seeing other guys who maybe had a shot and didn't necessarily do well in the tournament? Are they going to be making appearances back? I know the Rubando battle dropped, so we got to see him. Like, is it a situation where now these guys are taking up the spots and we're not going to see certain people? Like, how does it work as far as getting in the rotation?
Okay, so give me an example of some people. Specifically, give me an example.
Okay, so
a Bad News was in the first tournament.
Squeako,
Gunpowder
Pat, you know what I mean?
Squeako has a battle coming up. Squeako did I thought did well, and I actually think if Squeako had the battles that a lot of the opportunities a lot of these other guys had, he'd be in the talks just like Real Sick and these guys. It wasn't that he wasn't getting booked. He got booked a couple times, and his opponent back. He had the Mr. Wavy thing going.
Yeah,
his opponent backed out, and stuff. So it was unfortunate, but he has a battle coming up.
Okay.
Gunpowder Pat has a battle coming up.
Okay.
Bad News, I don't have anything booked for him, but he's been called a couple times. and it's due to no fault of his own why you haven't seen him. Just things that we were trying to put together didn't work out. But everybody, pretty much everybody, you'll see him again.
Pete, you know what I really enjoy about the Ultimate Madness tournament is, even with the top 20 list, it shows that yes, it's a competitive tournament, it's money on the line, we want to win. But also guys who lost in the first round or the second round, real sick, still made the top 20 list. Easy, like just because you lose in a tournament, that don't mean that you're not good. That don't mean that you can't keep elevate. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely shows that as long as you put your best foot forward and you do well in the tournament, win, lose, you still could keep elevating. So I think that's a really good sign coming from both the first and second tournament.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I selected the roster for Ultimate Madness 3. The participants have been selected, accepted, and everything already. Trust me, y'all gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Trust me, when you see it, dude.
Yeah, let's get into that. Like, there were names that people were throwing out for, Ultimate Madness 3. Which, okay, if I follow the track that's been set here, Ultimate Madness 1 was to showcase the new talent and kind of have them compete. The second one was talent that we had seen, sort of veterans. You had people like that in there. Now, will the third one go back to new guys, new talent, and things like that? Like, are you gonna do that now, or is it gonna be another situation where it's mid-tier sort of folks in there?
The next one, nothing's off the table. Everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. Everything. New, old, top tier, low tier, mid tier, top tier female, low tier, everything is on the table.
So no tiers on this one. This is gonna be straight up, like, just come 16 people, come outside.
Put 16 people in the room, close the door and lock it. 45 minutes later, whoever knock at the door, they come out.
That's the person.
Whoever it is.
Okay.
It might be the smallest person in the room, it may be the biggest guy in the room.
Right.
Whoever it is.
Okay. And
I don't think the favorite hasn't won either tournament.
I don't expect that that's going to continue to happen. I mean, if you haven't noticed what won most of the tournament so far, even
it's a little hard. It's a little hard to hear you. It's a little bit hard to hear you.
There you go.
What sort of inspires you at this point in your career to go in there and have the chip on your shoulder, and why does it seem like you do better with the odds stacked against you?
Because I just feel like niggas ain't putting respect on my name. That's kind of what happened when I came back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, aside from the Vixen battle, when niggas watched it on the app, when the event didn't go down because of COVID or whatever recently, and they watched it, I actually won the votes when they watched it back. But I've been like, I already knew the material was there. But then after that not going well, that's my comeback, quote unquote. The whole coach is saying I lost to a girl. I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna go somewhere else. That's why it was like that with Lou. Then after Lou, it's like Geechee, you know what I'm saying, 2-time champ. People feel like, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't gonna be on it without the gas. So I was like, yo, I'm with it. Let's have no crowd. I'm gonna show y'all niggas I'm here to rap. And then after that, I put myself in the even tougher spot because it was Av 2 weeks later. This nigga has never been on caffeine. We supposed to battle for like 5 years in the making. So I just wanted to put, like, whatever obstacle y'all feel I can't accomplish, let's stack it all up so we can get it out the way. That's why I took those battles back to back. But yeah, I feel like that's always at my best. Like, me personally, I think the Av, I'm not sure, but the Av and Mickey Factz battle, like, both of those.
That's the debate right there.
Yeah, those and the Luke Cat, like, the Luke Castro's like in my top 10, but yeah, like as far as
what about the DNA disaster?
Huh?
What about the DNA that went against disaster?
Nah, because I was making up words. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a moment.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about if I look back at my work and I appreciate it, then I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, the Ab battle, the Mickey Factz battle, Big Cannon, Danger Zone, the Luke Castro performance, like shit like that. So
what about Ill Will?
Yeah, that first round was special.
Jesus Christ. Yo, you had the, it's funny because the face that you had, the level of anger and disgust in your face was. I feel like that's what sold it, bro. Like after when you get to at the end of that, get him the fuck out of here. At the end of that, like how cathartic was it? Like how, like yo, I got this off. You know what I'm saying? Like what was your reaction after that? Did you expect the crowd to even go that crazy?
Nah, I didn't know, honestly. Like I came up with that the day of. Like to get him the fuck out of this is that one was the day of. The rest of them I do it in a moment. But that one, I'm like, yo, with all this shit Smack is talking, nah, I gotta go at it.
Yeah.
So I came up with it the day of the battle, and I was like, yo, either this shit is gonna go all the way right or it's gonna go all the way wrong. Cause I'm like, at that time, it wasn't really like a big thing to diss Smack. So I'm like, are they gonna fuck? This is his platform. Are they gonna fuck with it? And them niggas went crazy. So I'm like, yeah, but that same mind state I had with Ill Will, I had that with Av. Because I just felt like niggas was playing. Because the performance with Geechee, to me, is like if you break down rhyme for rhyme, there was so much decoded shit in my rhymes, and all niggas got from it was Gary. So I'm like, all right. This is the game we playing, bet.
Wait, but look, we had salute to Av. We had Av on there, man. Av said you pulled the veteran move on him, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So yo, think about this, right? I battled Geechee or whatever. It's 2 weeks left. We speak through DM. He says, let's go 3 minutes. I say, bet. As time starts ticking, I start seeing blogs and it starts clicking to me like, is this nigga, you know what I'm saying, trying to lie me? Like, we've been supposed to battle. He's never been on caffeine. I'm like, nah, man. And he probably thinks that I'm wounded because I just came off a battle. I'm like, I can't get caught slipping. So that was kind of out of defense. But watch this though, y'all. Watch this. We're gonna start with Vixen because I think Vixen is like that's like the battle where I really started talking to people about time. And the people that's watching the stream, y'all can go watch these battles. Me and Vixen said we going 3 minutes. I made all my rounds 3:30. If y'all watch the battle, we end at the same time. Castro said 3:30, 4 minutes. My first round for him is 4:06. My second is 4:20, and we end at the same time. So I caught him slipping in the third. But now y'all see what I'm saying. If I don't write past the time, these niggas is catching me. With Av,
y'all petty. Y'all are petty as a group.
Yo. So with Av, we say 3 minutes. My first is 4. We end at the same time. The second, his might have been like 3:30. Mine might have been 4. But it's not that big of a gap. And then it'd be the third where I be catching niggas. So the third, I'm like, all right.
Nah, Ad was a little, he's a little mad about that.
Hey, Polo. It would seem like a long time when a nigga cooking.
Yeah,
like, damn, when he finished cooking.
100%. Hey, have you ever cut anybody off DNA? Have you ever cut anybody? Like, nah.
Nah, but yo, prime example, like JC caught me with that. That's the last time I got caught. JC
Wait, now, if somebody raps extremely long, like it's nothing in the contract that, you don't like.
Nah, it is, but this is what I'm saying. Y'all gotta remember how that shit looks bad.
It does.
Anytime you like, so I just be like, yo, let me make sure, because in my mind, I'm like, yo, I just came off of this battle with Geechee. If this nigga starts blacking, I can't say, yo, nigga, I had 2 weeks, cut him off. The caffeine section is gonna be going crazy. Oh, DNA wasn't ready. Blacking. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, it's no way. Like you can do it, and smacking them will stop it, but it's just never gonna look good. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna do it.
It's about that time. We gonna get to the meat and potatoes.
We gonna get to the things.
We get to the meat and potatoes.
Wait, can I before you do that? I just got one. Well,
I'm just joking.
Polo, go ahead. Polo, go ahead.
No, go crazy.
No, because we gotta get to the things. I got other sort of like stylish.
What's up, y'all know how I feel about it. What's up?
Because we have to address it.
What's going on?
Is Loaded Lux? Is he making y'all jump through hoops of fire to get a battle locked in? What's the history? I need
Who
to
this nigga
hear.
Think he is, DNA? Let's go. Who he think he is?
Hey, Cola, slow down, Cola. Slow down.
But you want to know what's so crazy? Like before we even get into that, I got the utmost respect for him. I think he's one of the best lyricists in the world. Not even in battle rap, outside of it. But my whole thing is it's the fans. Like, yo, battle rap is high school. people pick and choose who gets away with what's okay, what's not okay, who's, you know what I'm saying, most popular this year, who's not. They decide all of that. So it's like, all I'm saying is from a competitive standpoint, like your nostalgia work, I love it. But as of late, I don't even think he's had 3 crazy rounds. It's been 1 round, moments, that's fire. But like the last Lux that scared me, or that not even scared me, but like I was like, yo, a nigga gotta be on this shit or you'll die, was Hollow.
Yeah.
I think that was the best Lux that we've seen come back. Even better than Calico. Because it was 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Calico was that third. That third was legendary. You know what I'm saying? Trent, like the third was more impactful than anything. But if we talking about overall performance, them 3 rounds for Hollow was special. But Clips, it was like moments, but Arsenal, terrible. Mook, horrible. Verb, his second round was crazy.
Yeah.
And then the 2-on-2, the third, and then the surf shit, he had moments. But it's like nothing. To me, all that material was beatable. So when we have the fans deem it like this nigga's Biggie or Pac, I'm like, what's wrong with y'all niggas? Like,
exactly.
You know how like when you used to grow, I mean now niggas say it and niggas still penalizing, but the world got more, you know what I'm saying, subjective to saying shit. But I know when I was growing up, a nigga couldn't say they was better than Biggie and Pac.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That era. Yeah.
So now in battle rap, niggas hold this nigga like nobody can say it. Like, yo, I think I beat Lux. What? Like, yo, y'all niggas crazy. So I be thinking, man, because they just be allowing certain people to get away with certain shit.
So do you think, like, the way Lux, he advertises, like, oh, the moment gotta be right, this gotta be right. Do you think that's part of, like, his illusion of, like, that he tries to trick the, not say, you know, respectfully, trick the fans in the you know, sitting out more longer? What do you think? Like,
I mean, I feel like whatever works for you, it works for you. My only other issue is don't say you need all this time or whatever the business, however it goes. It's 9 months before you battle. At that point, it should be some shit that's out of this world. If not, what are we waiting all that time for?
Right. DNA, this how I feel. I'm gonna keep it 100. Why do they act like Harlem is the whole America?
Oh,
that's
one. Man, hold on.
Listen, and I'm gonna tell you why. We didn't see them battles Lux was doing back in. I'm from Chicago. I can't be a head ice. I'm not head ice. He can contest to that. All I can go by what's on camera. Why somebody like yourself can have over 100 battles, lose a battle, they say you not ready for Lux, but he can have maybe 10 battles on camera, be good in maybe 3 out of those 10. I'm talking about electrifying in 3 of them 10. I'm saying he ain't been good in the others, but electrifying in 3 of them 10. And then they say you don't deserve him. That's why I question it too. Like, how does that work?
That's actually a great question.
But it's just the people set the narrative. Once they set the narrative, everybody else just follow it and run with it. And then you got so many people. Like, look how even battle rappers talk.
Yeah.
Like, my talking is foreign. When I say, yo, nigga, I am the culture. You know what I'm saying? You should be happy to battle me. That's a foreign type of language. You have niggas going on saying, yo, man, yeah, I think he deserves Lux now. Like, what? Like, and I got the utmost respect for everybody, but I'm not looking at anybody that does the same thing that I do. Like, yeah, now I deserve him. Even when I'm saying battle him, the only reason why I was pushing for the battle is because of how the people look at it. Like, I could care less. Like, the moment they say, all right, that's not it, then we're going to go to what y'all think is it. Because I'm just trying to show niggas whoever y'all think is it, I could beat them. But it's never a thing for me like, well, now, after I did this, and now that I changed my style, I think I deserve him. I've been saying, let's make the battle happen. But I just knew the window of it happening wasn't because other shit was lined up. Like right now, aside from the daylight shit, which is not on URL, it's like nothing lined up. But I think you got to see everybody that called them out. If he claiming he the best, like Chilla, you got to see Danny. He got to see Dot. He got to see me. Like, I don't know.
I actually think DNA will get some of them electrifying performances if he battle a little bit more consistent and not so much in those gaps. Because in them gaps, he dropping albums. He doing all these other things. When if you got 3 or maybe even 2 battles in a close period of time, maybe 4-5 months, Lux we'll get one of those Luxes where all 3 rounds will be crazy. But I don't think nobody is going away from 9 months out of the year and coming back and leaving Earth. It's not gonna work like that, like Calico and Lux was. It's that time over with, Lux. You gotta get that train running.
Do you think it's because of the price tag or?
I mean, before that could have been it, but with caffeine, I think it's there. Like, what's the like? I feel like if he said he wanted to battle me, B-Dot, Danny Chiller tomorrow, URL is getting on the line with caffeine, getting on the line with him and whoever he's battling. Niggas is figuring it out, and it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, what he wants in that range. I don't think it's that. I just think like he's not conditioned to do that like we do it. So that's why I'm saying, like, nigga, get busy, or you know what I'm saying, you are one of the greatest. Don't say you the best right now. You know what I'm saying? I think that live he fucked up on. Like, he got too caught up in the moment. Then he like, I smoke DNA. I fuck B-Dot up. Chill again. And now it's like, bro, we not, you can't just say that and then not stand, because this niggas, B-Dot did like 6 battles last year. Chiller did 6 last year. You know what I'm saying? Danny did about 20, if I'm not mistaken. Like, so you got, and niggas is showing up every single time with better work than you had against Surf. So then what are we comparing it to? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the part that I'm not really getting. But I just think that niggas, he's not conditioned to do that no more. And even when he be coming back, the reason why it's moments and it's not 3 crazy rounds is because that rust is a factor. Like, so he's still figuring shit out. Timing be off. You know what I'm saying? The punches is too spaced out apart. Like, but dang.
Yeah. I feel like
you got a gray hoodie on. I don't hear no.
I do have a gray hoodie on. I do. Oh yeah, absolutely. We're gonna stand on it because listen, Lux stands in front of these guys. Oftentimes they don't look the same. Yeah. So I think his biggest fault is that he doesn't keep his foot on the pedal the whole time. What is it to be said for the opponent? The opponent has to factor in here. I'm winning. I'm winning this battle. I took my foot off the pedal because look what he came with. Besides Hollow, I don't think anybody's come with no crazy work for Lux. Well, Hollow and Mook.
But like, Tone, this why though, Tone?
I don't think everybody went crazy.
This why. They match people up with Lux that can match him in stature, but not in stature in the pen that can write with him. Like, you will get a Surf, you will get a Calico, you will get a Hollow. Respectfully, none of them is on Lux level, like a DNA, like a Chiller, like a B-Dot, like a Daylight. So you may look like he getting a top tier, but Surf respectfully can't write with Lux. He's not considered a pen guy. They not putting him with the top stature of pens. They putting him with the top stature of people in battle rap, and that's the difference. That's
Surf is definitely right with Lux.
Well, DNA, you feel like you can go pen for pen with Lux? I don't know if that's how you win the battle. Personally, if I had to,
I'm gonna be honest. I would be honest. I don't think that's how. I don't think nobody ever should play somebody else's game. But what Cole is saying is, I don't. At the same time, you have to be able to play. If you face the Warriors, you're not gonna beat them shooting 33s, but you got to be able to make 20 or 15. You know what I'm saying? If you there with just a team making layups, you're gonna lose. I think that's the point he's making. It's even if somebody can't write on this level, if you in that range with the other intangibles, you could win. But if you battling niggas that's just out the ballpark where it's like day and night, then you know what I'm saying, how do you win that battle?
Because what they gonna do is DNA. Man, we went and watched it 3rd time. Lux pen was he beat him. Now you can't match that against the next guy because the next guy pen ain't a pen type of guy. So what you matching it against? Come on, man.
No, you got a gray hoodie on, man. I don't hear no Lux defense.
We let DNA. We're gonna let DNA talk. This is okay. It's okay.
Nah. I just feel like in a side, I feel like myself. I feel like Dot. I feel like Chiller. I feel like Danny. For all different reasons, because that's 4 different styles of writing. But I think they all, you know what I'm saying, will be the highest challenges that he's seen. But aside from what Mook did, because he knew him.
Taking the battles in between though, right? Where we like, yo, DNA last 3 been dope, new style is dope. We think he's ready. Now you the type of person to take, up and coming guys, PG guys, or whatever the case might be, in between that run. does that represent a risk for you in getting that battle? And is that even fair that that type of thing is even held against you? Like, yo, he just battled Lou Castro, so why?
Yeah, I don't think it's fair in terms of like I don't judge the opponent, right? Now at the same time, because I got the show, I got a whole bunch of other shit going on. I'm not battling as much as I used to in the past, so niggas probably won't see me till like summertime, right? Well, I got one other thing, but it's not one-on-one. The next time I probably do a one-on-one is closer to summer. But the point I'm saying is I go off of the work in the battle. Fuck if I'm battling Lou Castro, that material that I had for him, is it there? Is it upstairs, as niggas say? So that's what I'm looking at, like, because it don't matter who you battle. We done seen people have breakout performances and turn into stars battling people that you would never think, like, you know what I'm saying? At the time when I battled Ill Will, that wasn't like, Ill Will is top 10 now. He wasn't top 10 then. He wasn't. PG. So it's like, what do you do in those battles? I think people need to judge that, because you take a high-profile battle like Lux and Surf, and then it's like, aside from ranking Lux material, just that material in general, it's like, I don't rank that like that to me. And I'm a nigga that understands it and all that. He had moments, but that material wasn't like, oh my God. And then you take his material versus Hollow, and that shit is still hard to beat right now.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree.
Era saying how they think it might be difficult for you to translate to this era right here, like this no crowd, small room.
I honestly feel like they're like 100% wrong, because it's kind of like I gotta think objectively, you know, because I'm me, so I know what I'm capable. I know what I like. So, you know, they don't know that. They're going based off what they've seen. And, you know, a lot of people say I get gassed, and a lot of people say I'm used to crowds and I need the crowd. And people that really know me, they know I hate the crowd. Like, I absolutely hate it. Like, I hate it with all my heart. If I could battle with no crowd, if I could battle in the volume every time I battled, I would. But it's like, you know, because of my name and what I wanted to achieve, I had to just deal with the crowd. Like, that was just it. Like, if you notice, when I battled Official, it was known, but I wanted it to be the next day after known.
Yeah, I remember that.
There was a reason for that. I don't like the crowd. Like, I don't like the crowd. So that didn't happen. It ended up happening on Known. And then with E Heart, I did it on Born Legacy. There was a reason for that. It was really two reasons, but the main reason was I don't like the crowd. But the second reason was I felt like me and E Heart were battle rappers that we're not crowd battle rappers. So I feel like the battle wouldn't have went the same way. Like, it would have been underappreciated, to be honest, if it was on Known with Summer Madness. Wow. That's just how
I was there. That battle was very.
That was the best battle of that event, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So you're saying that, like, you know, with the world slowly opening back up and everything, would you rather this battle be in this type setting right here, or would you want to wait?
I would rather all my battles to be in this setting.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't like the crowd. Let me put it like this: I'm more comfortable with less people. I'm more comfortable with less people. But like I said, you know, fans wouldn't realize that because they're so used to seeing me with all these people, and they think I feed off energy and reaction, and I need that reaction, and I really don't.
You don't.
I hate bringing my bars
You seem
back.
to hate the run backs, having to run back 8 bars.
I hate bringing bars back. I hate having to stop.
Yeah, you okay.
Yeah.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So when people are saying they don't know how I'm gonna do in a small room or no crowd, and I'm like, I actually literally have to dumb down my bars when I'm battling in front of people, because when you're in front of a big crowd, they don't want to think. I'm more of a writer than I portray myself to be when I battle, because I have to change it. But in this setting, I can actually write what the hell I want to write. And I personally feel like I'm way better and more comfortable when I don't have to do too much to please everybody, if that makes sense.
Right.
Okay. But it's one of those things where, you know, you got to show and prove. But I can assure you that you will see a whole different comfort level with whoever I battle in this setting.
With everything that's happened, with all of these different subplots and different avenues, this whole you and Misfit is gone. Is this battle now? Is it a personal thing now? Has it become personal after a point, or like what is the, how are you feeling about it? Because there's so many different ways this is gone. We released information. You said you were good with the battle. Things have been moved. Is it now like I gotta kill you now? Now you gotta die. Like, is that the mentality here?
Yeah, because she's saying that she's saying that the only reason the battle's not happening because the money wasn't right on her side. So does that add to like
I never that. When did she say that?
I think they said that on Twitter.
But when did she say that? That's my question.
I think that was said today on the back and forth when y'all was having on Twitter today. I believe so.
You mean yesterday? Because we didn't have back and forth.
Yeah, yesterday.
Sorry. Misfit didn't say anything about money. I kept asking her, let's do May. And she kept saying, you backed out last year. I'm like, okay, let's do May. Okay. Man, how many times you backed out? We going on my time. Let's do May. When do you want to do it? June, July?
That's what she said, the Ultimate Jazz League.
I think that was Cortez that might have mentioned something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they're saying it. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up. But yeah, it might have been Cortez.
I just hope niggas ain't trying to do the murder mook with Jazz. You know how like a nigga battle mook, he feel like he got to get $2 million now. Like, I'm battling Jazz. I need 100 bands now. Like, don't start that shit.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Like I said, Misfit never said nothing about money. So to anybody, what she said was,
I'm sorry, that was Cortez. That wasn't you. Was 100% right. That was Cortez.
What she said was, can we move it to May? Or I don't know if I can get off work. This is what was said. So there's an issue with the time, and there's an issue with work potentially. Now my gripe with that is not that she needs extra time. I don't have a problem with her needing extra time. My gripe is that when you were offered the extra time that you asked for, it was still no accepting the battle. So that led to what's the holdup? Like, why wait 3 weeks to still not accept, if that makes sense? Like, why wait the whole 3 weeks just to leave people in the dark? You know what I'm saying? Just to still not accept it. Like with me, the difference is once you offered it and it's not enough time, I'm gonna say no. If they would have asked me in June, okay, that's not enough time, when will you be ready? I would have gave them a time, and then we would have went on from there. So now that you're asking for extra time and you're giving a month in this and you're still not accepting what they're trying to give you the extra time for, it's kind of like, all right, what's really going on? That's what my gripe is. You feel me? This money thing that is being thrown around, she has not said anything about money to anybody. So I don't really know how much truth is in that.
Yeah, I'm not against somebody wanting extra time. I'd rather somebody take 5-6 months to write and give a fire battle than you rushing in 30 days and shit. Jazz, let me ask you this. With all the battles that's taking place now, Kings vs. Queens 1, Kings vs. Queens 2 coming up, a lot of intergender battles. As far as your legacy, and obviously you one of the top females in the game, especially with your stature, but with the work that some of the other ladies are putting in, do you feel like if you were to just hang it up that, it might be some people that could kind of tug the rug from under you, as far as like, you got these girls battling dudes every other month now, they battling each other. Do you kind of feel like people could kind of reach where you are if you stop? Like it's
I don't think as far as the girls that's out right now, I don't think that they could reach where I'm at. And I'm saying that simply because I'm at where I'm at because of a lot of things besides battling.
Okay.
So like,
elaborate, please.
Yeah, break that down.
Yeah, what
where we going by that? Nah, so basically, Jazz the Rapper is a whole brand, right? And what comes with that is everything that I do and everything that I stand for. So for one, the fact that I want to say a big part of why I blew up is because I'm personable. Like my personality was just, she's actually a fan She's cool. She's doing all these interviews. She's doing all these bar exams. You know, I was always doing things outside of battling. So that was a big part of my brand. I said that to say you don't see any of these women doing as much as I do. Not saying that they can't, not saying that nobody's calling them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you don't see them around as much. So it's one of those things like you were just always seeing me somewhere. People were always, you know, asking me to do interviews, right? So, but how many female battle rappers have y'all interviewed?
What did you?
My verse 40.
I was 40.
Well, you counting the caffeine?
Are we counting all time? Because probably somewhere around 20, 30.
If you count just YouTube, maybe 3.
Yeah. Since we've been doing this format,
we've interviewed a few like live at events.
Yeah.
Live at events too.
At royalty and stuff like that.
But I will say a lot of a lot of them don't be the easiest to like. They don't be wanting to do this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying.
So that's
we don't understand that. We don't understand.
Yeah, we ain't. I
wouldn't be able to tell you, but that kind of you know adds to my point. You have me. I'm one of the people that you always gonna see doing interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like it's little things like that just made me where I am. Obviously, the huge part is my battle career, like how my battle career went. You feel me? Like I was catching a lot of clear wins back to back. Like that's just what it was. First of all, that was really, you know, Shayna, QB. You know what I'm saying? Summer Madness with Hustle 40. So
you won that. I was there for that. Like I was there for that Hustle battle. I was there for that. She choked. They took that out. You won that battle. I always say you won that battle.
How long was that choke?
Listen, long. Like,
it was long. It was long, bro. Bro, when I saw the footage, I'm in the building, bro. When I saw the footage, I was like, wait, did I even see this battle? Like I damn near forgot.
It was like
it was bad. It was bad.
Yo, did she really choke? Like I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I was hot. Like I was hot because they didn't even edit the choke to cut it short. They edited it out, and it was one of those things where I was highly upset because, you know, this is even though they still do it now, but this is around the time when people would say, "Oh, Jazz, you know, she gets catered to, and y'all put her on this pedestal because of noise." Like that was around that time, so it was like, yo, if they would have did this for me, URL would have never heard the end of it to this day. So it was like, damn, how they just gonna violate like that? Like I understand if you wanted to cut the choke short because it was long, but Twiz edited it clean out. Like she didn't even mess up. You know what I'm saying? So
usually mad funny shit with the editing going on. That Lux Cal battle, them niggas on the balcony didn't react for Cal the whole battle. They created a clip. They created a clip like they was going crazy. God, it wasn't, bro. Like it was wild.
Chill, man. Lux got that.
Yeah, relax. I see what he's trying to do.
Now. Yo, 440.
You know, we do the verse for verse over here. We definitely got to find an opponent for you. We've been brainstorming. We gotta find somebody to go to compete with the.
I think Averb. Averb got to be the one.
Wait. Verse for verse. What is this?
It's like verses. You know what I'm saying? We play 10 songs. Like we did Sue Surf versus Calico. 10 Surf songs versus 10 Calico songs. They both called up. So we
and that started a whole wave.
Yeah, that started a whole different thing. But so we trying to. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that conversation. I gotta ask you some things about that too. But that springboarded into an interesting conversation about as far as battlers getting into the industry and, you know, signing a deal versus not signing. What is your outlook on somebody getting into the game and, you know, having the option to sign with somebody or staying free, and just kind of how your outlook on it? Like, because I really feel like, you know, a deal works for some people. It doesn't work for everybody, you know. So how do you view that?
I think in this era, you can get a deal and make a lot of money, and you can not have a deal and make a lot of money. Right now, you know, I've had 3 record deals, and not this past year, but the year before that was the most money I made since I was signed. So it varies, right? I believe that whatever works for the artist. If the artist likes to, you know, put their own money out to get their return back in, then they shouldn't sign a record deal.
if they want to get upfront money so that they can do whatever they want to do and then give all of their content to a label and have them tell them what to do and then they reap the benefits potentially, then they should sign with a record label. So it varies on what type of personality a person likes. Me personally, I don't think I would ever do another record deal unless they gave me an obscene amount of money, and I wouldn't care if they put stuff out or didn't put stuff out. You know, that's my opinion.
What's the difference in signing a record deal versus like a pub deal?
So a record deal, you sign a record deal so you can put music out constantly. And they give you upfront money for you to put the music out, and the sales from that album or EP or single pays back all the money that you get from the onset. So, for example, if somebody signs, I signed for $200,000. They gave me $100,000 up front. I had to pay out everybody else. When I did my singles, we put the singles out. This is before streaming. So we put the singles out and people had to purchase Paradise. People had to purchase all of the things that I was putting out. So they purchased it, which made back $200,000. So when it was time for me to leave, I didn't have to give them back any more money. If I would have taken $1 million deal, I would be in debt. Everything I ever make would go to them.
Until your balance is at zero.
Exactly. So I'm currently in the I guess you could say the black, because people are either in the red or in the black or in the green. Green means like they owe you money. They don't owe me money. I'm in the black, so we're all even. So, and a publishing deal is when you. So I hear Surf saying that he got $500,000 for 2 mixtapes. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, he said he got a distro.
So I think
distribution deal. Yeah,
he did a distro deal. I don't know who his distro deal is through. I don't know any distribution company giving someone $500,000, and that's not to discredit what he's saying. I think Surf signed a publishing deal. A publishing deal is when they give you money up front. They give you $500,000 up front, right? So if he's saying that he signed a distro deal, which could be true, but his releases, I don't know, his releases are not lining up to what he's saying. So I think he signed a publishing deal. And when you sign a publishing deal, they give you upfront money, and they'll give you the $500,000 up front. Let's use Surf as an example. If he did sign a we already heard the record deal example, right? Mm-hmm. If you sign for a publishing deal, they give you $500,000 up front. So anytime the pub comes back from the streaming, and you don't get that publishing money on the back end. It goes to the publishing company. So then they'll take his songs and they'll place them in movies. They'll place them in television shows. They'll place them in commercials, and they'll continuously get that money back, on a consistent basis. That's the reason why I think he has a publishing deal. I don't think he has a distro deal. I've never heard of somebody getting a publishing deal a distro deal for that much amount of money, unless it was a label distribution deal, especially in this particular era. Now, and it's not to take away from what he's done, because when he does put out music, it does wonders, right?
Yes,
it does wonders.
Great music. I like it a lot.
And I feel like there has been some extra promotion added to it and marketing added to it. So when people say, they get a percent of his publishing. Mm-hmm. So if they get a percent of his publishing, that means that he might have taken a publishing deal plus the distro deal. So he might have a dual kind of thing. Because I remember when he came home from jail, he had this thing on Instagram where he was signing his deal. There was a white man there, and usually it's a bigger team of people if it's a bigger kind of contract situation. That looked like a smaller situation, so it looked like it was a distro / publishing deal. But again, I could be wrong. This is just me speculating. But from what he was saying, that is what I would gather from what has been happening. You know what I mean?
Is you releasing music now, because obviously you released a great project. When you release music in the streaming era, like, how does one make money off of stream? Like, I gotta get how many streams for it to count as $1? Like, how does this even work nowadays?
I think it's 1,000 streams for every $1, if I'm not mistaken, or 3,500 streams for every $1.
So basically, I can't speak for everybody else, but I actually have a distribution deal. So, but I have a distribution label deal. So if I wanted to sign Polo to my company, I would sign Polo. I would give him some money up front. He would put a project out, and then he would get paid, or I would get paid once a month. And then once the fee that if I give Polo $10,000 up front, he wouldn't get paid until my $10,000 is paid back. But I would get money from his streams once a month, every month on the first, 3 months after the project comes out. Right. So I get paid. Since I have a label deal, I fund most of my projects. So every 3 months when the projects come out, so if I put out a project in January, right, I get to see money from that project on the 1st of April. And then every month for the rest of my life, I will continue to see money from that project. So in terms of if someone doesn't have the big views like Surf has tons of views on streaming. If somebody doesn't have those views, another way to offset that is put out multiple projects. So I would probably see the same kind of amount of money because I have a back catalog that's crazy. I have over 17 projects. So if I put that out, I have almost the same amount of streams in terms of Apple Music and Pandora, and YouTube and my commercial work and my ghostwriting work. So like all of that equals to me getting the same amount of money as somebody who has a big record or a record that's not big,
What is my bad, Polo? One more question. What is putting out a deluxe version do? Is that a way to kind of finagle the numbers in the system?
Yeah, so when somebody puts out a deluxe version of a record, so I put out The Achievement in 2016. It was 10 tracks. And then the label, the distribution company came to me and said, hey, we want to put out a deluxe version of this project. We want to add 5 more songs. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So when they add the 5 more songs, it doesn't fudge the numbers. It just re-enters you into the system so that you get the same amount or even more streams because it's an added incentive for people to go and re-listen to the project as well as to hear the new songs that just came out with that project. So that's what a deluxe version of a project means. It's basically just adding more songs to something, right? And trying to, boost the algorithm within the streaming companies as well as your performance on that particular project.
Okay. Speaking of Achievement, man, you and Royce the 5'9", the sermon.
Thank you.
Because we've seen a lot going on as far as like the growth of podcasts and just media in general. Some guys choosing, like you did a partnership. You did a partnership for the Gangsta Chronicles, but you have your own network. So how does the a company, a podcast decide to, okay, we're gonna go to iHeart or we're gonna go here as opposed to being independent? Like what are like the differences in that whole thing for the podcast work? 'Cause this is fairly new.
Yeah, it's similar to the record business. The first deal I had was CBS Viacom. Like I used to record my podcast in the CBS building in the city. So when you look at the Big Gene interview, that's in radio.com, which is CBS, same thing. The Chris Rivers in the same building, C Gutter in the same building, and many other shows. I'm just not a person who brags about, I'm on CBS. I'm the same building that MTV is in, the BET is in. I'm going in the same building. Same building that Nick Cannon is going in, but he just was going in the one in LA. But he's in New York. I had access to any CBS radio station in America. I could just go in there and do a show. So, but I since left that situation and went independent. So how I decide is, where does this show fit? What do I need for the show, and could I provide it? And do they want to provide it? Can they provide it? And could they help this go to another level? So this is the deal. Independence, I want to do a show on this, a whole show. Independence, but I
break that down.
I built on this last night. Independence versus the machine. Now look, okay. Independence is this: you taking all the risk, you putting up all the money, And you trying to get through certain doors that you might not ever get through. You're gonna get all the money, but what is owning 100% of nothing? So you could be independent all you want, but you own 100% of nothing that has value. So you can say, okay, I'm gonna go in the machine. What's the machine gonna do for me? They're gonna get all the things. They're gonna help me dress up everything that matters to the perception of people that's going to take me to another level. What is that? They're gonna get you a blue check. They're gonna get you verified on everything. That matters to people for some reason. They're gonna get you verified. They're gonna put you in front of an audience that you might not have been able to reach because you don't have the resources or the money or the relationships. So when you take these deals in these situations, you could go in the system. You just don't stay. So the cheat code, I probably shouldn't be saying this out loud, but the cheat code is I'm gonna go into your system. I ain't staying though, but I'm gonna use everything y'all got. I'm gonna find your contact people. I'm gonna meet your sales people. I'm gonna meet everybody in your system, and then I'm out. I don't gotta stay here. And if somehow, some way, you end up owning my show because I did a certain deal with you, I create a new show. But we marry ourselves to brands and names. When these people don't marry themselves to none, they will sell anything. They will sell. Look at the founders of most companies. The founders of most companies don't even own it no more. And we go get no filter tattooed on our arm, and yo, bro, you might sell that one day. Don't marry it. You know what I'm saying? You groom it. You make the company worth something. Once it becomes a Fortune 500 company, if you get that far, you might get voted out of your own company once you make it a board. But look how much it married you was to it. So independent, if you got the resources and you got the finances and you got the relationships, I say stay independent. But if you don't have it and somebody's offering you something, take it, but you don't have to stay. So people keep saying, yo, yeah, I'm doing this by myself. Yeah, that's why you ain't go nowhere. That's why your show ain't shit.
Were there any deals or anything on the table in the past that you could speak on that you might have rejected?
I reject when people try to change my narrative. When I did my deal with CBS, when I went up there, the first thing I said to one of the women who was like my show coordinator, I said, well, what can I say? What can't I say? Just let me know right now what's off limits, because I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth.
Right.
If we speak on it. The show is called No Filter, Doggie Diamonds No Filter. I'm going to speak on it openly and freely. So please tell me what I can't say. So when she told me some of my boundaries, I was like, oh, I don't really touch that. You know, I'm not really on that type of time anyway, so it's cool. But it is situations that just don't fit you, you know, and when you broke, $3 is a lot of money.
That's a fact.
But people don't understand, because I don't show money, that don't mean I don't have it. I've been in this business for a long time. You think I'm broke? You think I'm stupid? But I'm not a nigga. Whereas I don't have to show you shiny shit. My name is Doggie Diamonds. The diamonds, the diamond is, the jewel is here.
The gems, that's right.
That's why when I speak, I always drop jewels. The jewel is here.
Yeah.
Diamonds.
We can make a lot of t-shirts off of the stuff.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. I'm not gonna be real. You gave us at least like 9 quotables.
Yeah, you gave us a lot of t-shirt material, Doggie.
Now remember, bro. Diamonds is formed under pressure. Look how long it takes them to form, but an uncut, unpolished diamond still is a diamond. But once it get that polish and it get that cut, look how it shine. So Forbes DVD was the unpolished. The Come Up DVD was the cut. ForbesDVD.com was a little shining, you know, need a little work. Doggie Diamonds TV, shining. So that's where, again, it took me a little while to get where I'm at today. But one thing that I have over a lot of people is patience. Oh my God, I'm so patient. I'll be like chilling. People be, yo, man, yo, chill. Everything that's gonna happen is gonna happen. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Some of them take hundreds of years to form. Some of them take thousands of years. Some of them might take 10. But see, the marathon is this. The marathon, people associate it with Nipsey, but I associate the marathon with Jay-Z saying, and once again it's on, because it's a marathon. Started off fast, but now you wheezing in the back. Right. See, people don't understand. A lot of people came out fast out the gate. They're gone already. So when you say stuff about me, I'll be like, oh, cool. Well, I've been here for a while, and look at my ascension. Every year I get greater. Every year I'm doing something new. I'm just not.
You're inspiring all of us. That's for sure.
Yeah, and my thing is, I'm just not the person to say, well, I just did it because, at the end of the day, all I want to say to y'all is everybody that's doing this, you could do it too. You just got to be patient. You just got to do it correctly. No, it's a lot of battle wounds in this. Like I got battle wounds and scars that you can't see because you can't see the scars that's on your brain. You know what I'm saying? You can only see the scars physically, but the scars up here, the mental scars from this industry, you can't see that. And again, people confuse my passion with anger and bitterness. No, I really love this. I really, I really want to see a lot of people.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say, like, you're a legendary interviewer. You have like maybe 3,000 plus.
No, it's about 5.
Huh?
It's about 5.
No, 5. Yeah. What was like one of your main strategies coming into interviewing, like talking to people? How are you able to talk to, like, you sit in front of a Nicki Minaj or somebody able to just get information out of them without coming off across as like a TMZ reporter or anything like that? What is like your main strategies behind that?
One of the things that people love me for is that people answer everything I ask them. I can ask people stuff that other people can't. So, I see people now asking Jim Jones about Max B, and he always did that. But I can show you an interview of me asking him about Max B, and he answered calmly and cool. Well, one of my main strategies, without giving away, because there really is no strategy. The strategy is I know the culture. So when I sit before you, I know you. People be wanting to send me their bio. I get offended. I'm like, why am I interviewing somebody I don't know? What is a bio going to teach me? That's one. 2, if I don't know you, then my audience don't either. So now the object of the interview is to turn this into a bio. Who are you? Because you have to be able to articulate who you are. I can't say, and in 1997, that's whack. I changed interviewing from, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because that's what interviews used to be.
Right.
Now we don't do that. We don't do the same questions. My thing is we having a conversation. We just kicking it. But we just put in the audience. We just doing it in front of the audience. So when I sit in front of Nikki, knowing her a little bit, because remember when I first interviewed her, I didn't know her. Now I got to feel her out, but it's on camera. So my thing is, I can interview the Pope tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I can interview anybody and have them comfortable. It ain't easy to ask Young Buck, why you was on the phone with the but you know what? I said, you know what? How do I get him to do this without him feeling attacked, without him feeling like I'm disrespectful to him? Say it as a joke. Say it as a joke. Let him know, you amongst the homie. Right. So I said, Buck, why you keep getting caught on the phone with what you doing, bro? Take his phone away so we can laugh. Because I'm not being disrespectful. I really feel like, please take Young Buck phone. Like, bro, you got caught on the phone crying with 50. You got caught on the phone talking to her. So he could say, you know what? You right. They need to take, but I still get the answer to the question.
Right.
So a lot of times, not y'all, these people who do media, they feel like, now I got to get to the meat and potatoes of this. They want to, the first thing they go, I want to know, did he really write your bars? And you're like,
yeah. No type of slow walk, nothing. Just straight to the point.
You gotta have people comfortable with you. You gotta let them know that this is not an interview where they're about to be attacked. I'm here, and you're not trying to embarrass me. You are going to ask me critical, tough questions, but that come with the territory. But it didn't feel like interrogation.
Yeah.
I never want my interviews to feel like, damn, what you asking me all that for? Like, I gotta plead the fifth. You know what I'm saying?
Is this guy wearing a wire? What's going on?
Exactly,
Like, he's bugging.
But because with interviews, what I want y'all to know about interviews is that everything is a digital footprint. So what you say, it's already in the universe. It's already it's already in this digital world. So you can't say today, yeah, yo, I had smacked them, and then when somebody go back to the footage, you say, I never said I smacked them, and then it come up, yeah, I said I smacked them. Once you put it in there, it's a digital footprint. But go ahead, though, what you was about to ask.
Yeah, I was going to segue a little bit into, you know, this current form of hip hop and how they deal with media and the things that you see, the effect of media on careers and things like that. And I just wanted to get from you, like, stylistically, aesthetically, what are some of the changes that you noticed in hip hop that kind of like, you know, whether it sends like a spider sense off or something like that, or just where you was like, damn, this is very different. Like, what are some of the instances where you see old and new, and what are some of the similarities in your opinion?
Social media. A lot of people would like to believe that academics started the tweets, taking people's tweets and making narratives off that. We started that. Go on Forbes DVD, go back. People would say stuff on Twitter. I'm like, well, that's news, because we didn't know that. It's just that one thing we didn't do, we didn't put the narration behind it. So I never was like, hey, what's up? This is Doggie Diamonds today. So, but then when I started doing it, people were like, oh, that's accurate. But I'm like, no, but look, I was doing that first. You know what I'm saying? So now the difference is everything is content. It wasn't like everything. Yo, listen, if me and you argue, Tony, if me and you argue on a text, that's content. But to me, that's not content. That's me and you arguing on text.
That's not content to me either. Yeah, I agree.
You talk to somebody on the phone, they're recording you. You know, if you try to bag a shorty, she's telling the world he tried to bag me. So
crazy, right?
We live in an exposed society where you have to be careful of everything, and that kind of sucks, because then it makes us not trust each other. Then it's like, yo, I told you this, and me and you build, but then when we have a falling out, you can, yo, and by the way, Doggie Diamond said, and it's like, oh damn. So with me, even when I have a falling out with people, even when we don't agree, I still don't say nothing. I'm just not that dude. So that's the thing that changed a lot, is that you got to be careful what you say. You got to be careful what you do. You know, I'm capable of getting punched in my face. You know, it happens. You know what I'm saying? People get snuffed. But now for normal things, normal bodily functions, normal things, it's content now. You know, if I'm in a club and somebody sucker punch me and I fall, why everybody laughing? Because I got sucker punched. Yo, dudes get sucker punched every day, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, things happen. You lose your keys. You fall down the stairs. Everything is content now. So with this thing that we're doing, the media made everything content. So no matter what you do, it's like you almost got to walk around on defense, because everybody has this in their hand. So now you can be on YouTube at any given time. You argue with your significant other.
Right.
Them niggas know what's poppin'. I'm on the block, bro, I'm a staple in my city. LL